this shit. Got my fucking stomach in, never eat a fucking again. Better pray for all my sin, I don't feel no pain again. Fucking quit, got my fucking stomach in, I don't need a fucking again. Suffer now for all my sin, never feel no pain again. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Waking up like I ain't broke. All I need's a fucking smoke. While I fucking walk, drink another fucking coke. Food just make me wanna choke. Got my stomach all like smoke. No, that's not a fucking joke. Clear my plate, I'd rather croak. Extra shit like a bad plot. Mentally all I do is rot. Feels like I've been fucking shot. Fuck this love, I only set my lot. Why so fat? Why so fat? You so ugly, got no tats. Why so fat? Why so fat?
Now you fit just like a mat.
If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Feel so nauseous, I can't eat. All I want's a fucking sleep. Caught it out, that's not a leap. I won't, so I'd rather weep. Fuck this shit, I don't know why. Makes me wanna fucking die. All I do is fucking cry. You won't see me eye to eye. I ain't hungry, eat no steak. Want no bake for your cake. Fuck them bitches, they all fake.
They just judge and want a snake.
Bile in my throat when I see a fucking note. I don't want to fucking choke. All I need's an antidote. When I die, that's all she wrote. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch, yeah. God damn your righteous fucking plan, bitch. I ain't rich, I ain't what you wish. You will never be enriched. You're a leech, you're a fucking leech. You will never have no reach. What the fuck was there to teach? Learn my fucking own lessons. I'm my fucking own blessing. Who the fuck you messing with? Thought I'd never serve a diss. Mama ain't deserve no kiss. I'ma let her slit her wrist when I'm done. I don't wanna be a bad son, but you fucking made me one. Now I'ma take this fucking knife and my own damn life right here. I don't wanna be my mama. Too much trauma, never saw the damn light. In this tunnel, I won't fight. I won't fight. I'ma fucking lay down, let myself drown. No one will save me anyway. No one will save me anyway. No one will save me anyway, cause I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch, yeah. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch, yeah. I know angel bitch. I'm the devil you feared. Yeah. Why in the fuck did I leave? Why am I absent you grieve? Why can't my pain you perceive? Cause your own lies you believe. Didn't know you would conceive. The son of Satan deceived. I'ma take my fucking cleaver at your stomach fall. Make that shit mine, for that shit you fucking stole. I'ma take back my control. Dig me out a fucking hole. What the fuck, I got no goal. Getting high, pay the toll. Like my mama gave a soul. For them pills and these demons, I can't even see my veins. Kids are driving me insane. I'ma cut this damn pain. When my baby in my arms, won't be sounding no alarms. Slip my wrist and I'm gone. Yeah, no one will save me anyway. No one will save me anyway. No one will save me anyway. No one will save me anyway, cause I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch, yeah. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm a son of a bitch, yeah. Step to expert if I wanna be the best alive in this game next. And there's some reckless shit that I gotta address. Up in this damn booth wearing a dress. Man, I can't even stress this enough. Damn, this game is rough. Y'all can call my bluff. I don't give a fuck. Damn, your vocals suck. Auto-tune you up. Mumbling amuck. Gucci gang it up. Chick-fil-A my cock like a 3 for Leyland Galen on a whaling tour. And it's hailing on him. Seen a river of fame and start sailing on it. Up in this YouTube shit, but I'm failing on it. So I get up on the mic and start wailing on it. Done some dumbass shit, but I'm bailing on it. Bitch, don't even fear. Start a new career. Come up on the rear. Bum up for the queer. Shed a little fucking tear for me, cause I can't get it up, but I'm ready to suck dick at an industry which already came on my dress and made a big fat mess like a princess who's been undressed and forced into an incest. To alleviate my stress, I think I'll take a damn respite. Don't get me wrong, I'm ready to aggress. And that lion ass red can attest. When it comes to blood sports, I'm the fucking best. And if y'all wanna de-stress, feel free. I'm just here to impress and be me, while y'all are here to regress and be weak. Violent chic like Muhammad Ali, with a violent streak and a well-placed uppercut to George Foreman's beak.
Yo, how's it going, everyone? What's up? How's it going? There we go. Nice. Okay. Welcome to the show, y'all. Damn right. What up? We got a Lupin X? Question marks. You'll find out, I guess. Keep watching. Realize TV, what up? Computer problems are fun. They definitely are not fun, and they really, really suck. What the fuck happened to my... Whatever. Okay. We got... Whatever. It's fine. It's good enough. Whatever. We're cool. What up, Jack Biden? Hey, Jamie, you know, I've seen you around. What up? How's it going? Welcome. Blaine Hoover, love the new track. Thank you. I really fucking appreciate that, yo. It was a good one, yo. I put a lot into that track, yo. And so did Straight Up. Straight Up did a fucking phenomenal ass job with the beat. Like, holy shit. I'm still really fucking impressed by that beat. And yeah, and Straight Up's got a new song that's coming out soon too, yo. It's a I guess it's a socialist song. I don't know, it's fucking dope, yo. It's a very pro-socialist song. He's working on a lot more of that shit lately, which is fucking dope, yo. So yeah, everyone go hit up Straight Up. Go check him out. Go to his channel. He's recommended in my in my channel recommendations. You can go on my main page. You can go there. Go check him out. He does some good beats and shit. And yeah, subscribe to him, yo. Technology has a lot of nuances that are easy to miss. Very fucking true. Very fucking true. Sometimes technology also just doesn't fucking work. Yeah, that happens too. All right. Technology just sometimes it's like, nope, fuck you, I'm not gonna work. I don't wanna. All right. This is my shit now. This is whatever I fucking want it to be. All right. But no, we can't let the technology own us, yo. We have to own the technology. Own it. Destroy and conquer. All right. I don't know what I'm on about. But welcome everybody. Welcome. We're gonna be talking tonight. We're gonna be talking about some shit, some dumb fucking shit. All right, but we're still, you know what? I've reflected on this throughout the day, okay, and I've gone back and forth, probably a little more than I should have even bothered to. But you know what? I've look, we're gonna be charitable. We're gonna try our best to fucking be charitable, okay? Even in the face of blatant non-charitability. 4 dislikes, gay. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of not. I mean, it's engagement, yo. Also, gay means good, so all the double amount of likes that I know that you guys have given me without even looking is what is truly gay. All right, go be gay and give this a thumbs up, okay? Go do the gay thing by giving this stream a thumbs up. Should I get more lighting in here? Okay, let's see if this there we go. I think that looks a little bit better. A little less dark. Really fucking dark. Okay. Good. Yeah, yo. Good. Yeah, other people are like crying about dislikes, and I'm just over here sitting there like, good, good. Yes, give me those dislikes. Soon I'll have all the YouTube engagement to myself. Mwahahaha. You know? Yeah, yeah. People and their fucking dislikes, yo. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Hey, I dislike shit that pisses me off, too, all right? Every once in a while, I see something, I'm like, this is dumb. I'll give it a... But I don't know that I've said anything dumb yet. Although I guess that is subjective. Everyone's got their own opinions, right? Of course they do. I'm going to dislike just for fun. Of course you would, John Morgan. All right, lovely. What am I doing? I'm doing a show. All right. Mountain Man Paul. Hide the pain, girl. Hide the pain. Hide the pain? I don't know. Sometimes you gotta just experience the pain, you know? Pain is a part of life. Pain is a part of life, you know? You just gotta channel it well. You gotta handle it, you know, let it out, but don't let it control you, you know? Hells yeah. Yo, what up, Tommy from the Bronx? Hells yeah. Is that the real Tommy from the Bronx? Welcome, yo. Hells yeah. How's it going? All right. Yes, it is. I mean, of course, anyone would say, yes, I'm the real whatever, but I don't know why a fake Tommy from the Bronx would be hiding out in my chat, so... But hell yeah. All right. I'm the real Slim Shady? Damn. Damn. I thought Paul was the real Slim Shady. Or are you the real Paul? I'm the real John Morgan. Well, of course you're John Morgan. I don't feel like people... I've seen people pretend to be Tommy before. Mostly in, like, TJ's chat. I'm the fat Shady. Damn. Well, you gotta do you. And love yourself. All right. All right. We're gonna do this. We're gonna jump into this. Let's So I guess I'll give some background on this. And I'll do my best. Or I'm still working on. I'm trying to keep these shorter and to the point and not so rambly. So I'm gonna do my best to do that here. So I'm just gonna give a quick little background. Okay. TJ. You know, I hang out in TJ's chats every once in a while. You know, sometimes I honestly I don't know. Look, I love TJ, but sometimes I honestly don't know why I'm there because it's like all I do is argue with TJ, and I don't want to be arguing with TJ, but he says so much stuff that makes me cringe, and I can't help it, and I want to challenge it, so I say something, right? And then like it annoys him, or he like starts like trolling me, I guess. Like I don't know. People seem to think that TJ is just trolling me. I honestly don't think it matters anymore at this point because like I've said many times, like people say what they say. Like and it has an effect. People hear it. You're saying it to an audience, a somewhat impressionable audience, I would argue. I mean, there definitely is who I was like a year or two ago is proof of the fact, especially like 2 years ago, is proof of the fact that there are very impressionable people in TJ's audience, because I know I was not the only one. All right. And I'm not saying it's TJ's fault, but I'm saying that the attitude that he has, especially towards certain groups, will affect the attitude of his audience towards those groups. Okay. So if, for example, and I'm using this as an example, I'm not saying TJ does it necessarily, or at least not in any real, like, substantively harmful way, I don't think. But for an example, if TJ was super, super transphobic, okay, that kind of, like, even just as a joke, you know, and it's like, oh, well, I'm really trolling. Yeah, everyone knows I'm not actually but then, like, he says a bunch of transphobic shit. His people in his audience are going to take that as like a cue to be like, oh yeah, this kind of behavior is acceptable here. All right. And so, and I've told TJ this before, because I see that they've done a lot of very progressive content on DFF, and I appreciate that, and I think it's good. It's a good effort, but the fact that you can't just point to that and say, well, look, see, I don't know why there are any transphobic people still here, or whatever people. And I'm not saying I'm again, transphobia is an example. I don't think TJ or Paul are substantively transphobic in any, like, not in any more of a way that the rest of us all are. Like, we all have implicit biases towards most fucking groups, okay? And I'm not gonna, like, nitpick every little fucking thing, okay? Contrary to what some people think of me, that's not actually my deal here. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't like doing that. But when I see something that I view as, like, actually harmful, I'm gonna call it out, and I'm gonna say something about it, because I think it's harmful. And if you know, I've you know, pointed out the harmful nature of the use of the R slur, and the way that it marginalizes neurodivergent people, and the fact that there kind of is a cultural context of, like, shitting on people and calling them, oh, you R-word, you dumb fucking R-word, you can't think, you fucking dumb shit, and, like, a lot of people are fucking, like, harmed by that. They simply are, all right? A lot of people have grown up with bullying. I mean, heck, I grew up with bullying. People fucking shitting on me because of my stutter and because of, you know, certain social deficiencies I had. I mean, like, you fucking retard. And, you know, like, that has differing effects on, that has, like, different levels of effects on different people, all right? And some people, it doesn't really bother them that much. Other people, it can really, really fucking, like, damage their fucking well-being. It can be, you know, it's bullying, right? And, like, I could understand being like, oh, well, you know, like, teenagers or whatever are going to make jokes like that, and you can't police them. And I agree with that shit, okay? Fine. You can't police, like, everybody's language, and nor do I want to, okay? But I do think that as a grown fucking adult with an audience of a lot of young people, it kind of is responsible to, like, not add to a very immature and oftentimes harmful way of referring to neurodivergent people, even if you're not using it in that way, all right? Even if you're not fucking using it in that way, you're normalizing the word as something that's, like, you know, and by the way, you kind of are. When you fucking say that someone is, like, when you're comparing, like, the worst of society, the dumbest people, you're calling them the R word, and then that's also a word that's used to refer to a lot of people, not just, like, really, like, what's the term? Not, like, really neurodivergent people, like people who are, like, you know, severely autistic or Down syndrome or whatever, like, because I've seen TJ use the argument that, like, oh, well, the people that word actually refers to are, they don't even know they don't even know what the word is. They don't even care, which, by the way, not true. There are plenty of people with like Down syndrome and severe like autism or whatever that like have that word used against them. And there's like videos on YouTube of like people being like, you know, yeah, like that word hurts my feelings. I get called that in public. People like, you know, shame me just for something I can't fucking help. And honestly, that's where I think the line should be drawn when it comes to like what kind of jokes we can make, what kind of like offensive humor. And I'm not saying you're allowed to make whatever jokes you want, but as a society, what jokes are we going to accept and what jokes are we going to view as, hey, yeah, you're an asshole, all right? And I think when it comes to like shitting on people, bullying people for things, normalizing the bullying of people for things they can't help about themselves, that's not okay. That's not a society that we fucking should want. And I think as fucking like adults, we should be able to like, I don't know, look like be mature enough to say, you know what, even if I want to use this word, even if it like, you know, it would come naturally in this situation, I recognize the harm and I am going to just work to not use it as much in my vocabulary. I don't care if you slip up. I don't care. But like, if you're going to normalize that word and defend it and double, triple, quadruple down on it constantly, then yeah, I'm going to say you're a fucking asshole and an ableist fucking bigot. At least a little bit. You're at the very least contributing to a lot of bigoted fucking attitudes. Anyway, let's actually respond to what TJ specifically said. And by the way, I say at some point in this video, or I say to TJ in the chat that like we should have a talk about this. The way he responded made it clear to me that he doesn't want to have a talk about this. And so like I'll extend the offer if TJ happens to come on while I'm doing this, or if he wants to talk about this later, I'll sit down and I'll fucking talk about it with him. But I want to talk about it on my fucking channel. I don't feel like going on TJ's channel and where you know, like I don't feel like making it like a blood sports spectacle or some shit. I want to sit down and have an actual fucking conversation. Where, like, there's no incentive to, like, ham it up for fucking donations or whatever, okay? I don't like those kinds of conversations, and I think I've made it pretty clear to TJ that I don't intend to engage in one again on his channel, or on any channel, really. I just don't. Anyway, let's look at some fucking timestamps here, all right? Here we go. Actually, we should probably grab the video over here. Okay. Okay. Just pulling it on up on the fucking OBS here. God damn, I miss having 3 monitors. It made shit so much simpler. Oh, of course, it's right there. All right. All right. Let's take a look, guys. First timestamp would be 1:53:30. Okay. Yeah, let's go to let's go to where he starts talking about this shit. Oh, I should probably put in headphones. That would probably be smart. The not idiot streamer move. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the chat, but John Morgan probably needs to chill. He usually needs to chill. So, yeah. He probably does. I'll make that assumption that, yeah, John Morgan probably needs to chill out. I'm not reading the whole thing of whatever's going on in there. I don't care. All right. Chill, chat. We're watching this. Let's do it. Let's do it.
You could get into the first half of Rita, and then you're already gone.
He was talking about streaming on Twitch. Like, the chat was telling him he should stream to Twitch, and I made the comment that, dude, TJ would get... Guys, do you not agree with me? Like, TJ would get banned so fast from Twitch. Like, so fucking fast. And I'm not saying I would even, like... I'm not saying that's what I would want to happen. I'm just saying, like... No, like, if you... want to actually stream on on Twitch and like branch out to there, no, you do have to stop using the gamer words. Like, you're not gonna last long over there. You're just not. Okay. Yeah, you whatever you fucking think about it, there's really not like there's really not like it's objectively true.
How the fuck do you have a...
You're and people are saying like, yeah, like you're because he uses the R word and he started talking about that and like defending his use of it and you know, people are I'm not the only one who gives him shit about this, by the way.
Into the first half of Rita, and then you're already gone. How the fuck do you have a gaming platform where people can't say retard? Like, isn't that like a...
pretty simple. It's called, you want it to be like inclusive to everyone, including neurodivergent people who have, you know, who, by the way, a lot of them get harassed. The same way, when I start streaming, you know, a bunch of people will come calling me the T-slur, telling me I'm a man, all of that shit, you know, in order to like bully and harass me and shit like that. In a similar fashion, a lot of neurodivergent people, or just a lot of people in general, but especially like neurodivergent people, have that word used to target and harass them whenever they start streaming. So, yeah, I'm a gamer. I'd like to say some gamer words, dude. Annie, I will. If you can get like Lord of Patriarchy to actually say that, like, I will fucking pay you $1 million fucking dollars. Holy shit, that'd be the most epic quote of all time. But yeah. But yeah, no, TJ, it's pretty fucking simple, all right? It's called inclusivity, and it's called, like, they're trying to be anti-bullying and harassment, which Twitch has actually been, like, pretty fucking, like, it gets waterboarded with fucking, like, harassment. Like, especially, like, alt-right, like, Nazi trolls, like, they will brigade your shit, all right? And they still do that currently. They go around to like lefty communities and shit, or like trans streamers or whatever, and they will brigade their shit. So Twitch, in an effort to stem that tide, has you know, made certain words you know, banned, so that, you know, it doesn't add to that sort of attitude. So it doesn't add to that, you know, harassment and bullying behavior. You know, it's really fucking simple stuff, TJ. It's really fucking simple. Like, I don't know how you don't get this.
Big word? Like, I don't know. It was when I was fucking growing up. Whatever. I guess the times have done changed. Yeah, it's called...
Yeah, they have done changed, TJ. They aren't... these words aren't the same as what... See, I love when he makes appeals to like, oh, well, it was different back in my day. Back when I was a kid, we used to say retard all the fucking time. In fact, back when I was a kid, you know, we used to skip rope on the We used to we used to rip women's dresses off them and throw them onto the ground and skip rope on them, and you know, we would burn crosses on the front lawns of black people. You know, I just don't get how these days it's racist, you know, to say the N-word now and the F slur. I just don't get. Back in my day, we could say whatever we wanted. We could you know. We could just, you know, run a fucking autistic guy out of town because he's different and weird. We used to call him slow back in my day. We used to say, what the fuck's wrong with him? We used to actually, like, holy fucking shit, TJ. You're going to really make appeals to back in my day? You can justify fucking anything. And this is what I say when I say, like, TJ sounds like a fucking conservative sometimes. He sounds like I mean, maybe it's just his reactionary tendencies, it comes off very fucking conservative. And he has these appeals to, like, some of the dumbest fucking shit. Yeah, you used to be able to say a lot of words. Well, I just don't get it. Back in my day, we could say the N-word all we wanted, and it was fine. In fact, I'd go down to the bar, and me and my friends would say the N-word all night. We'd throw darts at pictures of black people, and we didn't see no harm in that. We was just doing it back in my day. Back in my day. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck back in your day? By the way, back in your day, you were a kid, TJ. So you know what? If you were running around on the playground calling people retard, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. It's a stupid fucking kid. Yeah, kids say a lot of dumb fucking shit. Kids say a lot of mean, cruel fucking shit. And overall, like, this really, like, speaks to, like, what I think is, like, a desire on TJ's part to just, like, never grow old, like, never grow the fuck up, like, retain, like, that, like, that, like, rebellious part of his youth, and I get, like, the anti-authoritarian nature, the, like, they don't want me to do this, well, I'm gonna do it anyway. I can empathize with that, but, like, as far as I'm concerned, when someone, like, offers you a good explanation of why, like, something is harmful to society, that should be a good enough reason to be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, is it worth it to, like, hold on to this, like, childish fucking need to say a slur that you just like saying, even when it harms people? Is it worth it? Really? I mean, I get, like, you can keep saying it, and other people will have their reactions. By the way, you can call me the language police all I fucking want. I don't believe in language policing. I don't. And I don't believe in, like, making it illegal to say certain things. But social fucking disincentivization, yeah, that's a thing that already exists, TJ. That's a reason why, and you know this, you don't say the N-word anymore on your streams, right? Because you've realized, even though you don't agree that it's all that fucking harmful, which we'll get into in a second, doesn't fucking mean that other people don't have a perspective on it, and that maybe if you look at it through other people's perspective, that maybe it is fucking harmful to those people. Anyway, let's continue with this.
Like, it's literally called a gamer word, right? How you have a gaming platforms where you can't say gamer words? Can't say blind? The fuck does that mean?
The blind playthrough thing is kind of dumb.
You can't say blind.
I agree with that. Them banning that was dumb.
People are blind, though.
That was silly. It is silly.
What? That's not true. There's no way that's true.
I believe it is true, but whatever. It's silly. I don't agree with that one. I don't agree with everything Twitch does, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, did he not say anything else here? Here, let's skip it.
Yeah, though. There's no way a blind person is going to get offended. They can't see it. Wait, they could hear it, though, if I say it. But in the chat, they can't see it.
Okay, we're going to...
Efficiencies or whatever. I mean, literally every term that we have, I mean, even idiot and moron were once, like, medical terms.
That's true, although they've kind of become more just broader terms that are just used for anybody. They don't I mean, that you could honestly make an argument that idiot and moron and, you know, I mean, I think they can be used in harmful ways. I don't think they always are. But no, there's more of like a specific connotation for the word retard. There's more, it's a very specific context where it's like, you are mentally deficient. There is something inherently wrong with you, and that is a shameful thing, because oftentimes, like, it's like, I mean, that's kind of how the word used is like, you fucking R word, be ashamed of yourself, you know? It's not just like, you silly R word, you're kind of dumb sometimes, you idiot, which again is a way that idiot can be used, you know? It can be self-ascribed, like, I'm such an idiot. I mean, I guess so could the R word, but the R word is more commonly used as like a pejorative towards neurodivergent people, and people do get, you know, extremely harassed with these words. They exist, and as many neurodivergent people as there are who are like, I don't care, or like, it doesn't affect me, there are a shit ton who are. And I just think, like, again, as a society, being like, you know what? Yeah, like, that's kind of harmful. Let's not perpetuate that kind of language, you know? Let's destigmatize neurodivergent people first, because a lot of it is really stigmatized. You know, a lot of people with, like, autism or whatever, like, they're viewed in a certain way by society. That's really harmful, and it's we need to end the stigmatization. We need to normalize, like, the people are fucking people, and we shouldn't just, like, otherize them with these terms, because I'm sorry, but that's what the R word does. Again, you might not mean it in that way, but for a lot of people, it's to otherize. It's to say, there's something wrong with you. You are something different. You're not like me. And so why do I have to empathize with you? You're lower than me. You're lesser than me. And as far as I'm concerned, that is the basic utility of a slur. So if you understand why the N-word is wrong, and you understand why the T-slur is wrong, with the same logic, you can come to understand that the R-word can be just as harmful.
So, like, you know, why are they just get grandfathered in because they were converted more recently?
I mean, I'm not saying we couldn't change the connotation of the R word eventually, but it is used that way. The R word isn't inherently linked to intelligence. No, by its original definition, sure, it just basically means something that's like slow or whatever, but like it's used in relation to intelligence, and it's widely been used to refer to people of any type of neurodivergence. I mean, again, people have called me the R slur for my stutter right there, like for stuttering. Like, you fucking retard, you fucking stuttering ass fucking, and then they say other words too that are also words I won't repeat. You know, and it hurts. It's not good. And like I have kind of thick skin with that shit. At least I can at times. Sometimes it hurts. Other times, you know, like I try to let it not bother me. But there are different people at different levels of different levels of acceptance with themselves and different states of mental health. You have to understand that too. Like there's a lot of neurodivergent people that are, you know, aside from being like autistic or whatever, they have mental illnesses aside from that as well. And like it's used to dismiss these people and to otherize them anytime someone is goes outside the norm, you know? If someone, I mean, my God, it's used to otherize like deaf people. Some people will hear a deaf person and they'll just be like, "Hey, you fucking R word," and it'll be like, "But they're just deaf. They can't speak normal, but they're a normal fucking person." Like, but that's the fucking like attitude that our culture kind of fucking has towards this shit. That's the attitude we've allowed ourselves. We've allowed to be prevalent. And I'm sorry, it's an attitude of bigotry and non-acceptance. I don't believe in attitudes that go towards stigmatizing already marginalized people with a lot of times simple medical conditions that they can't fucking help. Why is it okay to shame people for that? Why is it okay to normalize a society that shames people for that? And normalize words that are primarily used for that? And adding to that very attitude by, again, using that word in a way that does reinforce the stereotype or the idea of someone who's a retard being someone who is a completely mentally deficient, useless person. Which is kind of what you're implying when you call like the dumbest people, like if you call someone like Razor Fist the R word, that's kind of what you're implying. And you're comparing all the other people who are called that word, at least maybe not you personally are, but in society, in the way people are referred to, you're throwing those people in with perfectly like regular normal people. Anyway.
Sold. I guess it kind of still is. Just to oppress marginalized groups. But I'm not trying to oppress any marginalized group.
It doesn't matter, TJ. The word is used primarily to oppress a marginalized group, and you are reinforcing that by, again, like I just said, you're reinforcing the idea of, like, a retarded person, quote unquote, being a mentally deficient, useless pile of garbage. And when other people are using that word with that context, and you use that word, but only to refer to people that you really hate or really disagree with, you see how you're kind of adding to the same thing? Maybe a little bit?
I'm literally using it against people who are just idiots. But retard just seems more like it's a degree more harsh than just idiot or moron. Like a dipshit, you're fucking stupid. But
see, he just like, oh, like I don't want to call someone just a dipshit. It's you know, it's, but that's the problem. He actually, wait, I was gonna skip this. He's explaining why it's bad. Wait,
a moron, you're a dipshit, you're fucking stupid. But if you go a level beyond that, there needs to be a stronger word, and that word in this culture is fucking retard.
See, that's the problem, though. That's the problem, because in this culture, that word has two meanings, TJ. That word has two meanings in this culture. If you're going to talk about that word's usage in this culture, it's not just the one that you're describing. That is a usage, okay? And again, primarily a usage used by, like, teenagers and shit. Or, again, people who are still stuck in their fucking adolescence. But, like, at least emotionally, you know. But what was I saying? It's true that the R slur wasn't originally a diagnosis and wasn't specifically about the disabled, but greater society made it that way, and we should acknowledge that. Yes, that's my point. That's society has two meanings for that. There are two, not just one, okay? And again, the one that's like primarily used, and look, I'll argue again too, like it's it being used to like be bigoted towards neurodivergent people is a primarily childish fucking thing. Although, again, you do see a lot of, like, in a lot of communities, like, people get fucking shit on for being different in any fucking way. They get called a fucking retard. They get fucking bullied and harassed. And it's like, it's so prevalent in any fucking toxic fucking community. And there's a reason why, like, more accepting communities try to not use that word, because they see that, like, there are other people that are, there are other people that the same way we, like, I as a trans person can be like, okay, well, I understand the way slurs and bigoted language and shit can be used to harm me and my community. I can see, too, that there are other communities that are affected in similar fucking ways. It's called intersectionality, okay? I'm not just concerned with my own group or just one group. I'm concerned with looking at the broader picture, okay? All the groups who are marginalized and trying to... Because again, I could just focus on me and mine all I fucking want, and then so could another group. And they're not helping me, I'm not helping them, and none of us are helping, certain other groups. We have to all work together, okay? I can't just say, like, oh, well, I'm like pro-trans now, so I'm going to be really, really cool to trans people, but then if you're not trans, I'm going to say fuck you. I'm gonna still continue to shit on you. I'm gonna continue to build a community that allows the sort of behavior that, like, continues to marginalize you and people like you, right? Because why not? Then why should I expect anyone to be accepting of me at that point? Why should I expect anybody to be accepting of me if I can't extend that same fucking attitude towards others and have some goddamn empathy? Let's
You fucking fuckwit motherfucker. You can say that you don't use it in a harmful way, but you could defend using the N-word the same way. It still wouldn't fly. I mean, in my personal life, I use whatever fucking word I want. Like, I don't use the N-word because of practical concerns of censorship. Like, in my day-to-day life, I don't give a flying fuck.
So wait, TJ, so you're saying you don't have any objection to the practical use of the N-word? None. You have no, so it's just you would be using it, but you get canceled for it. Isn't that the very definition of what we call virtue signaling, TJ? Wouldn't you just, like, if you actually wanted to stick to your principles on this, wouldn't you continue to use the N-word and defend it and make arguments to defend it? Because as far as I'm concerned, if you're going to defend one slur, you've got to be able to defend them all. Because language that is used to oppress and marginalize people and otherize people and make them part of an out-group, okay, is harmful to society. It is. And, if we want to have, like, a society that is more accepting of people who are different and that allows people to just be them fucking selves, we have to denormalize this fucking attitude of meanness, this like pro-bullying, like when was bullying a good thing? I don't get that. And I think it goes beyond bullying too, but, like, even if you just reduce it to, like, bullying, when was that okay? Like, I try to, like, criticize people, and yeah, I can be a little mean sometimes, but I try to make sure the people I'm criticizing fucking deserve it. And that the words I use when criticizing people who deserve it don't reflect poorly on other groups that did nothing wrong. What's the litmus test for testing what is or isn't a slur, though? Again, anything that is used to otherize or marginalize a already marginalized group in society. So, yeah, like the T slur, the F slur, the R slur, like all of these. The P slur in regards to Middle Eastern people, or the sand N word, another obvious one. You know, if you get your teeth knocked out, you should not have said it. I mean, yeah, probably. If it's something that if you're gonna say it out loud, you're gambling getting your fucking teeth knocked out. And by the way, I'm not justifying the violence there in that situation. But like there are some words that they just have too much of a fucking, they have too much baggage. They're used too commonly in our culture to otherize, marginalize, bully, harass, and dehumanize other groups of people for things they can't help about themselves. And that's another good fucking stipulation. That's a good thing to add on, right? If it also is something, especially if it's something they can't help about themselves. If you're otherizing and marginalizing people with language, or you're using language that otherizes and marginalizes and dehumanizes a group of people who for something they can't even help about themselves, that they didn't choose. That's hateful. That's bigoted. Anyway, let's continue.
I'll say whatever the fuck I want.
I mean, do you, TJ? You want to use whatever language you want in your own life. I mean, like, honestly, like, whatever. I guess in a vacuum, you saying the N-word in the shower or singing along to some music or whatever, it doesn't hurt anybody. But, like, if you're using it with, like, your friends, you know, then you're more likely to use it in other situations, too. And, like, it's why, like, I just try not to use it, even if I'm, you know, hanging out in private with my friends. It's why? What's the point of it? It doesn't need to be used. We can all refer to it. We know how to refer to it. The N-word. We all know what that means. I remember the argument, by the way, back in the day, and I was very susceptible to this argument in the past, too. How do we deal with the word? You know, how do we get past the word if we can't even talk about it? If we can't even say the word? And it's like, well, but when we say the N-word, we all know what that means, though, right? It's not like the someone says the N-word. It's like, what are we? I don't know what you mean by that. It's like, yeah, we get it, right? And I also get that saying it in a vacuum doesn't hurt anybody and it's not inherently harmful. But again, in a society where, especially where, like, we don't know. I mean, first of all, in a society where there are still people who are using that word to otherize and marginalize black people, that's bad. Then it adds an extra level of bad because we know the historical context of it, and in the current historical context of it, it's also the fact that we don't really know the difference between crypto fascists and edgy dipshits anymore. You know, which is another reason why this, like, edgy dipshit aesthetic is kind of like losing some of its appeal, you know? They're like, hey, I'm just going to piss people off and be edgy. Like, I mean, I get it. If that's all you know how to do, then I sympathize with you. But, like, you know, I just don't think, like, you would really lose anything by trying to, like, be a little more sensitive or like a little more understanding with the language you use, and, you know, try to not, like, add to certain shit. Because, again, by the way, TJ, you're going to defend the use of using the R word for the way you use it. But then people in your audience, and I know people in your audience do this, are going to be like, oh, well, see, yeah, retard. They're going to say it constantly. They're going to use it even in like its worst context because, and I've seen people from these communities, not just TJ's communities, but other adjacent communities, like running around using that word in harmful ways. And it's like, when the people you watch and look up to are using those words and they're okay with it, and you're like, yeah, well, see, he's not canceled for it, so I'm fine, yo. I can say it all I want. And then you have that to point to be like, oh, well, see, I can say it because this is the precedent set by the people, the literal people who our communities are centered around for some of these people. Like, eventually we should stop using N-word or other references to it. Just finally have it disappear. I mean, eventually, see, ideally, because again, I do believe in the fact that there is no like inherent harm to these words. It's the power that we give them as a society. Honestly, I'd like to get to the point where we can just use these words for whatever again. But we're not there yet, okay? And I'm sorry, you can sit there and say that you don't believe that neurodivergent people face a lot of oppression. They actually do. They actually do in a lot of fucking ways. And I believe that it's a group that honestly we need to pay a little more attention to. A lot of people, whether it's people with like autism or Down syndrome, or it's people with other or ADHD or other mental disorders, a lot of these people are very misunderstood, very stereotyped in society, and have a lot of assumptions made about them, and a lot of them get otherized and dehumanized, and it's something we need to be working against. Anyway, so I'm trying. Okay, let's continue. I'm going on too long again. Here, what's the next?
Like, so I guess I can censor myself as I need to for seeing.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't buy into it. Most autistic people I've met use that word. Again, it's just able-bodied people getting offended on our behalf, or a bunch of sensitive teenagers. Hell yeah.
So I love how this one person's anecdotal evidence, hey, I know a bunch of autistic people who use that word and they're fine with it, so therefore this must just be people who are what did they say? Privileged white people? Wait.
Our behalf. Again, it's just able-bodied people getting offended on our behalf.
Able-bodied people getting offended on our behalf. By the way, I'm not able-bodied. I'm also neurodivergent, okay? And I have been harassed and bullied by this word, okay? It's, again, any time I've exhibited certain, like, holy fuck, I've had like panic attacks before where I start shaking and hyperventilating and I start like shaking violently and like I can't breathe and shit. And like I had people in my fucking school like view me as like they called me a retard. They're like, yeah, the fucking spaz, fucking retard. Oh, what's he doing? Fucking that shit. Really, I hate even doing that to like mock it. Like, but they were doing like people still do that. I was having a legitimate fucking medical episode. Like, I needed medication in that moment to calm myself down. And then I still was, like, not good for the rest of the day. And then I got to deal with, like, people running around talking about that shit. Talking about, like, Oh yeah, that fucking that retarded spaz kid in class, yo. I don't know, fucking weirdo. Yeah, that shit still happens. And like, I'm sorry, it shouldn't be. No, and by the way, I fucking recognize that I did not even experience close to the worst. Okay, I went through a lot of bullying in school, but yeah, like, I know people went through worse. I saw it with my own eyes. In fact, I kind of contributed to it. Especially because I was bullied, so I thought, hey, you know, this is how you climb the social hierarchy. I'm going to bully others, right? I remember there was a girl in my school that me and my friends would make fun of. She couldn't, like... She was one of the sweetest people ever, too. And I... Whew, okay, yeah, it's not... It's not something I'm proud of. It actually, it really fucking sucks to even think about. I almost forgot about this, but like, there was a girl who, you know, she didn't hurt nobody. She would just like go about her business, you know, go from class to class. She, you know, she had like, I don't know what they call it, where like your hands are like stuck like in a certain like weird like position or some shit where it's like I don't know what that's called, but we used to make fun of it. And I know that there were people that would like do shit in front of her. Me and my oh god, I just remembered a really cringy joke from high school. Holy fuck. Okay. I didn't come up with this. One of my I don't even call them friends. It was I called people who bullied and shit on me and other people like my friends. But the kids I would hang out with had a joke where they were like, "Hey, how do you get an R word to kill themselves?" And it was like, I don't know how. The joke was, give them a knife and tell them they're special. I'm not going to give you guys the visual. And by the way, they said that to make fun because the girl, I guess I'll like the girl would do a thing where she would like start like tapping her chest. It was like a stim. And like different autistic people have like a stim like that where they and so it was to make fun of that and to be like, oh, give her an yeah, it. Wow. Okay. I'm really not proud of that. I'm not proud of laughing at it or perpetuating that joke by telling it to other people, but I did both. And this was just a girl going to school, doing what she did. Just trying to survive her fucking life. Her terrible, shitty fucking life. Because, you know, she has this neurodivergence. She can't help it. She didn't ask for it. Doesn't change who the fuck she is as a person. In fact, like I said, if I do remember, she was really quite sweet. And we had this sickening fucking attitude because we were better than her, right? The sick, twisted thing is, no, we actually weren't. We were so much fucking worse than her. We were the scum. We were the bottom of the barrel. I mean, we were. I hung out with, like, the most unpopular people at school. Like, the shittiest fucking people. We were the ones at the bottom of the social ladder. So we thought shitting on someone who did nothing to us, you know? We thought, hey, that'll make us cool. That's fun. That's funny to laugh about. That shit can affect people for the rest of their fucking life. That shit can fucking affect people. That shit causes suicide. Literally, that shit causes suicide. I don't want to add to that culture. I don't want to implicitly be saying that's okay. That kind of shit is okay. Because I flippantly throw around the R slur. I'm not going to add to the dehumanization of regular fucking people. Sometimes really sweet, amazing fucking people who are just trying to live their fucking life. By the way, adults still do this. For those of y'all in the chat trying to be like, oh, well, this is just kids in high school. Nah, people still do that. And TJ and people in his audience are proof of that. Again, TJ's not doing what I did in high school. But I've seen that attitude in TJ's audience. I've seen it in the people that used to watch me, which were an offshoot of TJ's audience. I've seen that kind of behavior. I've seen that kind of like dehumanization of those people. Again, as a society, I want us to be better. I want us to work towards being better. Not like appealing to the lowest common denominator. Not like like what is this? Like I just want to say the words that I want to say because I want to say them, and I don't care who they hurt, and I don't care. Stop taking away my freedom, my freedom, my freedoms, my free speech. Oh my God. Yeah, and anyone who calls you out and tells you, hey, you know, you might be adding to a negative function in society. Just dismiss them as the woke scold, the woke police. Anyway, wow, I've I'm barely even into this the part of this clip I really wanted to talk about. So let's dive into it now.
Or a bunch of sensitive teenagers. Hell yeah. It usually is. It's usually the fucking white people. It's usually the fucking spoiled white people who just got woke yesterday, who go around and like, I'm offended on behalf of all these other groups. It's like, did you actually check if that group is offended? No, we didn't, but I'm just assuming because... I love how TJ accuses us of assuming while assuming himself that we didn't check with those other groups. By the way, TJ's about to like say that like, oh yeah, Jamie, like she fits all those points. Yeah, I'm privileged. I'm privileged, right? Oh, super fucking privileged. A neurodivergent, disabled trans woman, with that grew up poor and has been poor most of her fucking life. Yeah, oh, so privileged. I am white, okay. Just got woke yesterday. What does that mean, just got woke yesterday? I actually didn't. See, my evolution, TJ, in you know, the things I believe, they've been a process. And if anyone's been paying attention to me, which I know you don't really, aside from what I say in your chat, but no, it's been a process, and I've evolved slowly on a lot of these fucking things. And but yeah, and I also love this like assumption that like, oh yeah, like we just got woke and now we want to like defend all these other groups because like what I wonder why a group of people who, you know, just started to like discover themselves and also discover what it means to be fucking discriminated against. I wonder why those people might have a little bit more fucking sympathy for other people that are discriminated against. I wonder. That doesn't make a lot of sense, you know? A person who just accepted an identity that causes them to be bullied, harassed, and discriminated against
now having more empathy for other groups of people who are bullied, harassed, and discriminated against. Not doesn't make sense to me. Nope. It must just be a woke white savior complex. That's definitely what it is, TJ. You hit the fucking nail on the head. What a 5-brain take from fucking TJ over here. Holy fuck. The top tier intellectual shit. Blows 2011 TJ out of the fucking water. Holy shit.
Because, you know, now I've got my new racism. My racism of now I speak for all minorities.
My new racism. I love the idea that, like, see, this is TJ's fundamental lack of understanding for intersectionality. It's not just about one thing. It's about addressing the injustice in society, full stop, period. It's about lifting up all marginalized groups. That's why intersectional feminism is not just about women anymore. It's about black people. It's about trans people. It's about neurodivergent people. It's about every marginalized group who has been shunned and outcast and ignored by the broader society, TJ. It's about recognizing that it's not just about me and my problems. Hey, I'm a trans person and I have problems and people are mean to me, so everyone should feel bad for me because I'm a poor trans person. No, it's about recognizing, hey, I don't like that when I don't like being treated this way. And while I do want to work towards, normalizing my own group in society, I recognize that there are other groups in society that face a lot of the same or similar struggles to what my group does. And so, rather than just being selfish and focusing on my own group, I want to focus on a broader culture of acceptance, which will overall benefit me and my group as well as others. Do you see? Do you understand? I don't know if I'm the person to explain intersectionality to TJ, honestly, because I feel like it's just gonna like go over his head, but holy fucking shit, dude. I'm trying not to get too mad, all right? Hey, we're keeping this chill. We're keeping this chill. Let's continue.
I am the white savior, here to defend the defenseless. It's like, my friends on...
Oh, is that what you're doing, TJ, when you do your, like, pro-trans and pro-women streams? Like, is this some self-reporting on TJ's part? Like, oh, yeah, these white people that all want to, like, play the white savior and want to, like, virtue signal how woke they are. See, this is just the next step of it. I'm reasonable because I'm TJ, and I'm only on step 1 of that, which is, yeah, I accept trans people. Look at me. Look at how I accept trans people, guys. Here's my pro-trans streams, guys. Here's my pro-women. I'm such a fucking ally, guys. Yeah, fuck these other groups, though. They're fucking stupid, and fuck people who want to defend them. Yeah, they're taking it too far, At least I have my white guilt in check. Holy fuck, TJ. That's all I can go to when you make those levels of baseless fucking assumptions. It really makes me wonder if you're doing, like, a self-report. You're doing the projection thing. Like, I don't know. Because no, TJ, that's not my fucking motive. Not in the slightest. I don't give a shit about, like, being some savior, being, like, viewed as, like, oh, look how woke she is. Like, I've never cared about that. I watched you, TJ, for years and had a very similar attitude. I like, put forth the edgelord thing for a long fucking time. Do you really think I care about, like, how broader society views me? I'm fucking fully well aware that fighting for the things that I'm gonna fight for, that I'm currently fighting for, is gonna piss people off and make them view me as a crazy fucking SJW. I don't care, because I believe in the fucking things that I say. All right? I don't just say whatever I think is going to stir the pot or make me the most money in the current moment. I say what I fucking believe. And I believe that marginalizing minority groups is bad. And I didn't recognize that because I wasn't really, at least socially, part of a marginalized group yet. Once I became part of one, I understood and became more empathetic to the feelings and plights and struggles of others. But no, it's far easier to just take the uncharitable route and it's always like some like nefarious thing or some like really stupid like white savior complex. Holy fucking shit, TJ. Holy fucking shit. All right, we're gonna get into the clip, the specific clip that really pissed me off. The point where I think TJ actually goes too far. All right.
Twitter said it's good. It's like, well, that's not really like you actually go and talk to real people in the world because they don't like the opinions you hear on Twitter and the opinions you hear from
Says TJ, who spends a lot of time out in the real world, you know, socializing and interacting with others, right? I love this attitude that like people on the internet are not real people with real experiences. But also this just blatant assumption that like anyone who's disagreeing with him on this clearly just doesn't go outside. No, I go outside plenty, and I have real life friends, and you know, I've met people real life. Again, I have real life examples. That story I told from high school earlier is not the only example of shit like that. I mean, holy fuck, growing up. My mother, okay, here's another example. Here's something my mother taught me growing up, okay? There was a kid going to my, I was in like a year and a half of elementary school when I was really young. And there was a kid who he was like, he had like Downs or something. And like, he also had like a hair lip? You know, his nose was kind of like upward a little bit. And he had like I don't know what that's called. I think it's a hair lip or whatever. And my mom, one time my mom saw me like doing this like as a joke, like I was making myself look like a pig and I was going like oink or whatever, or I was a kid, you know, I was a kid being a kid, and my mom was like, don't do that. If you do that, your nose is gonna get stuck like that, just like that kid. That's what that kid did, and that's why their nose is like that. So don't do that. And it was just a kid with a medical problem. Again, I've experienced, I've seen this in my own life. I've seen others experience it. I have friends who have experienced it, who have added to it. It's a part of our fucking culture, and it's toxic and disgusting. And yes, the R word adds to that. Because, yeah, my mother used that word quite frequently in front of me growing up. Holy fuck. Okay, let's continue.
Actual people out in the fucking big wide world, says one of the most.
I think he goes on about this for a while.
It was Jamie.
Oh.
People on the face of the earth. Go out and fucking exist in the world. It was Jamie. He said one of the most isolated people in the world. That's what he said. I'm very hardly working, I'm working very hard to be less isolated, TJ. And again, if you knew anything about me, you'd know that I am making an effort to go out into the world more and meet real people. And honestly, that's one of the reasons that I've come to understand a lot of these things is by experiencing things, meeting other people, understanding their experiences, empathizing with them. Yeah, that's what going out into the world causes, TJ. It doesn't cause you to become more insular in your own fucking reactionary tendencies. I mean, it depends on who you're hanging out with, I guess. But, hey, you're in the deep south. So, yeah, go out into the real world and talk to some fucking rednecks about what they think of the word retard. Just talk to them about what they think of shooting retards. Which, by the way, there has been that attitude in the South of like, yeah, fucking, yeah, no, we know. Isn't Texas like very anti like neurodivergent people?
Or I know it was anyway. Anyway.
Wrong, TJ. Says one of the most isolated people on the face of the earth. Go out and fucking exist.
One of the most isolated people on the face of the earth. Okay, nice, TJ. All right.
Get out there. Go it. Try it. Validate what I'm saying. My terminally online friends all agree with me. They validate what I'm saying.
Again, I love the idea that only terminally online people would like have an issue with, you know, the R word, you know. Holy fuck. I actually have like I found like videos. There's like campaigns of like neurodivergent people being like, please don't use this word, it hurts me, and people use it to bully me and it sucks and I don't like it. You know what? Here. I don't know if I still have one of those videos. I found a few of them. I can't. Yeah, I don't know where they went. Okay, whatever. All right, let's continue.
Okay. Cool. The concept of parallel universes. Think with because
Let's go to where he says the really dumb thing. This is it. Here we go.
You're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right. So don't think that your ass is off the line just because I fucking went after someone you disagree with.
What? Oh, it was 20 seconds in. Okay. Isolated person just sounds like the living in your mother's basement insult that I bet TJ got for over a decade. Yeah, kind of, honestly. Like, oh, you're terminally online, isolated friend. Get the fuck out of here, TJ. By the way, that kind of like bullying, like, oh, you fucking retard, spaz, this, that, whatever, like that kind of bullying is precisely at least one of the very big reasons why a lot of people end up becoming terminally online, okay? And I'm not saying they handle it in a good way, and I'm not saying like they should be terminally online. We got to work on socializing more and getting out there and living our lives. I think that's good, and that's something definitely I'm trying to work on, but like, yeah, like maybe there's a reason why a lot of those people are like terrified of interacting with other humans.
Because you're just as dumb in a different...
Yeah, he was talking to Cynic.
Everyone did.
Cynic made a jab at me, and then TJ was like, yeah, fuck you, Cynic. You're just as dumb. Which, no, he's not just as... Like, you're just as dumb in a different direction. No. Cynic is infinitely dumber than me, and you, TJ, all right? You're pretty dumb on this shit, I would say, all right, from my subjective opinion. But, yeah, Cynic is way dumber than you, okay? I'll give you that, TJ. I would not fucking... See, like, I'm being charitable. I'm being nice to. I would never lower TJ on that level. Okay, I would never lower TJ to that level and say that he's like a cynic, or that he's just as bad as Cynic. All right, I have more respect for TJ than that. All right, guess he doesn't have the same level of respect for me. That's fine. We'll get into it because he clearly doesn't. Based on this next, yeah, let's just watch it.
Jamie Deadass went full woke scale last year. You know who else did that? Hannah from Hannah and Jake.
Okay, TJ's about to utter the dumbest words I have ever heard him fucking say in his life. I love how like someone in the chat, oh yeah, Jamie went deadass woke skulled in the last year, and then he's like, he makes the connect. He's like, wait. Trans woman. Woke. Not already transphobic or anything, by the way, to just have this automatic, like, association, like, oh, yes, you must be the same because, yeah, okay, let's just hear it.
You know, isn't it kind of misogynist that, like, as soon as these people start identifying as women, they become, like, way more woke scoldy and like fun policey and shit? Like, is that how they see women?
Okay. Okay. Let's unpack that, because that's really fucking problematic. Okay. So, you're saying that when trans people come out and start becoming, by your definition, more woke, that it's just because we don't know how to be a woman, and we look and we're like, how do you be a woman? And we're like, oh, here's some bitchy rad femme woke scold. You know, that's clearly how women are. And we just go towards imitating that. This is ignorant on a number of fucking levels. In a lot of ways, because, like, first of all, it's not like you're kind of presupposing there the idea that, like, trans women aren't inherently, like, there's not something about us that makes us women, and that it's something that we just, like, perform. Like when a trans woman comes out and starts being a trans woman, it's not us being ourselves. It's us, like, trying to put on, like, trying to put on, like, another skin. Like, okay, I'm gonna put on the woman disguise now, and, like, I'm just gonna poorly imitate how to be a woman. So that's kind of fucked. It's also, like, oh my god, so fucking uncharitable. And, like, again, I went into this a little bit earlier, but, like, there's a much simpler explanation, TJ. And if you had an ounce of fucking charitability and empathy in you, you'd fucking see it plain as fucking day. Maybe it's not that trans women all just, you know, oh, we're gonna, let's be, like, by the way, you're basically doing the, you're a misogynistic man meme. Nice turf meme, TJ. Literally, like, oh, you're just a misogynistic man. But yeah, again, there's a much better explanation for it, TJ. It's that maybe when a trans person comes out and starts actually experiencing, like, true discrimination, hatred, and bigotry from people, especially if we're online, maybe we start understanding more the effects of bigotry and hatred and you know, shit like that, and maybe we start empathizing better with other groups and start understanding that, hey, what a lot of other groups go through is kind of similar to what we go through. So maybe if we want to make a better society for everyone, we should work towards addressing these problems in general, work towards addressing the way our society treats marginalized groups in general, rather than just hyper-focusing on our own fucking selfish needs. You know, and it's not selfish for a trans person to fight for trans rights, but, like, you know, a lot of us, again, like, we see other groups that go through similar shit, and it's like, I want to fight for better. I know personally, I'm like, how am I going to fucking expect people to accept me if I'm not going to accept other groups? How the fuck do I deserve that on any level as a human being, especially given the shitty things that I've done and said and believed? I want to do the right thing. I want to, you know, not just say the thing because it you know, positively affects me, but then do nothing to affect broader change. I'm trying to actually be consistent in my ideology, at least as consistent as I think is reasonable. I mean, I do think consistency can become a bit of a meme at some point. But, you know, no, this is just basic consistency, all right? As a trans person, you understand how you're marginalized, and when you experience that and empathize with other groups, you can see how they are marginalized, and you want to fight for better. Hannah was a leftist before she transitioned. It's documented on YouTube. Yeah, so was I. That's another fucking that's another like insane refutation to his point that I was actually gonna get to. Yeah, both Hannah and I were already leftists before either of us came out. Okay. Hannah was a leftist for quite a while. Hannah and Jake were making lefty shit. In fact, TJ was doing this to Jake back in the day, being just as uncharitable and bad faith. You know, Jake had some more woke takes, and TJ was like, yeah, fucking S. Jake W. Oh, I know why S. Jake W. is SJW now. It's because he got a girlfriend, and she's fucking got his balls in a vice, yo. Yeah, you know, fucking, yeah, hope that pussy's good, fucking Jake. Hope that pussy's worth being an SJW. He did that shit. And I'm not proud to admit that I fucking followed along, and I was like, yeah, fucking Jake. Yeah, I did that back on Pull the Trigger when I was doing that show. In fact, yeah, I was just as uncharitable to Jake. I was like, yeah, Jake's only an SJW because he got a girlfriend now, and she's making him be one. Like, holy fuck. Paul called Jake SJW. They both did. TJ, they were both doing it. I didn't know she even transitioned. Yeah, she transitioned a while ago. She's been transitioning for a while. Yeah, like, it's really fucking... I love how TJ, by the way, has to constantly make justifications for other people changing their ideology in order to justify his own, like, unmoving nature. Like, I really do feel like he has to, like... He has to find, like, some uncharitable explanation anytime he sees someone that he used to agree with now going woke, you know, in order to justify him sticking to his guns on a lot of shit. And he has, you're just trying to be woke now. You have a white savior complex. It's white guilt. It's this, it's that. All in order to justify TJ defending a lot of shit that I feel like a lot of people have at this point given him good fucking arguments for why they're pretty indefensible. Like, if he's paid attention to people like me and Jake and Hannah or hasn't just, like, it seems like TJ's level of engagement with most shit is just like, what, you know, oh, I see someone that says something vaguely woke and I'm going to make, like, this, I'm just going to assume it's virtue signaling because that's how my brain works. The SJW, like, he still very much, like, views I think people in terms of, like, SJW and not SJW. TJ says he doesn't watch YouTube. Yeah, he doesn't. But then he wants to make moral judgments on YouTubers who have differing fucking political opinions than him. It's really fucking cringe, all right? Like, you're going to sit here and talk about me and Jake and Hannah and other people. Like, he's done this to a number of people. It's like, yeah, you're just woke now. Who else? I don't know. I can't think of more examples off the top of my head. But I know he's had this general attitude towards other creators that are like, yeah, you're an SJW now. And he wants to denounce what the SJW movement has become while still adding towards that fucking mindset, still behaving in that way, still treating, like, anyone who disagrees with you or is further to the left of you as an SJW. We're not even woke scolding, TJ. I'm not woke scolding you. I just really disagree with your defense of the R slur. And I'm going to keep disagreeing with it because I think it's harmful. But, like, you know what? I try to be charitable with TJ and not, like, assume that he's just, you know, assume the worst of him. Yeah, you know what? At this point, you're being super uncharitable. I'm going to be uncharitable back. I'll defend the anti-SJW left. I used to be an SJW in college. Okay, good for you. There were a lot of cringy people. There still are a lot of cringy people on the left who don't fucking fully understand these ideas, who take some of them too far and are dumb. But you know what? The vast majority of people with these ideas and the people, the academic principles that a lot of these ideas come from are very defensible. And at this point, like, it's more a case of a lot of quote unquote SJW arguments were extremely misunderstood by a lot of people because of a lot of people who couldn't explain them well. And sure, a lot of people that, you know, took things too far for one reason or the other. And I understand why. There's people who have dealt with mental illness, who have dealt with discrimination, marginalization, that are just kind of sick of it and they lash out. And, you know, but in general, most feminists, most leftists are reasonable fucking people. Most people that promote like intersectional theory or critical race theory and shit like this, it's all completely reasonable, and it actually makes a lot of fucking sense. But you get these reactionary arguments meant to just dismiss them outright as, no, this is SJW. Why am I listening to this? This is just an SJW. This is SJW shit. Like, how about address the actual fucking arguments? It's easy to just call something woke and dismiss it. It's not easy to actually, like, argue against these points, which is why people just go with the dismissive argument and then make appeals to their own emotions. Like, I just want to say the word. I just want to do this. Calling other people snowflakes when, like, I think it's pretty snowflake-ish to be like, people, but my word, I'm not allowed to say a word that harms people. Why can't I just say a word? It's not fair. It's not fair, guys. Look, I should get to say this word. I don't care the harm that it has on. I want to say it. I want to say it. Which, by the way, is the most charitable interpretation I can give to TJ's overall fucking attitude towards this. It really is. Like, it really does seem like what he's doing here. Anyway, let's listen to a little bit more.
I'm not like Cynic and Jamie, TJ. Who are you? You're nothing. Okay, what the fuck does that mean? Surprised that Cynic doesn't think our coincidence. Need to have a talk about this because what you're saying now is really ridiculous. Is it, though?
Oh, by the way, Jacob, I'm calling you out in the chat because that was me. That was my comment TJ just read. That was like, yeah, we need to have a talk about this, TJ. And you were like, don't talk to TJ with that tone. No, I'm going to talk to TJ with that tone. What he just said to me was extremely fucking degrading and offensive. All right? The idea that first of all, again, dismissing the fact that I was already veering more to the left before I came out, actually me understanding leftist theory, understanding gender theory and all of that stuff a lot better is what led to me understanding myself and being able to come out, okay? So he dismisses that. He also dismisses the idea that, like, any of these ideas are my own, and I'm just trying to, like, be what I think a woman is, which is, yeah, he's kind of like contributing to the, like, the turf meme of, like, men are just misogynistic, trans women are just misogynistic men who poorly act out what they think it means to be a woman. And he just portrayed both me and Hannah with that brush, okay? I think that's kind of fucked. Yeah, it pissed me off. And I know I said that there, but I don't think TJ's going to sit down and talk to me. I want him to come on my fucking channel and talk to me. Because again, like I said, I'm not interested in going on his channel where he's going to be playing things up and kayfabing and trolling and shit in order to make donations, I want to talk. Because I really think that his attitude right there was kind of fucked. Oh, yeah, I think it's interesting. Yeah, that trans women would come out as trans and then be more woke. You know what I think it is? I think it's that they all are just badly imitating what it means to be a woman by being a fun policing, woke scolding cunt. He didn't use the word cunt, but that, which, by the way, his overall argument is also misogynistic. So it's misogynistic and transphobic. It's because once you transition, you become woke scold because things that may offend trans people now affect you. It's basically becoming woke for selfish reasons. No, that's the fucking uncharitable, chud-ass dipshit interpretation. That's if you're gonna just be the kind of dipshit that just believes the worst of people and that doesn't actually listen to people's experiences and go back. By the way, there's proof. You can look back on my channel and on Hannah's channel. Okay, I know specifically my own. We did like pro-trans stuff the weeks leading up to me like coming out as trans. It was already like we were talking about it for a few months already. Even I was understanding this shit more, and I was very pro trans shit for a while. All right, I already had trans friends. I already knew other trans people, and I learned to empathize. It's called when you're exposed to a group of people, you learn to empathize with them. I was exposed to other trans people, and I myself was exposed to a lot of bigotry and a lot of shit. I still get it a lot. I was exposed to that shit, and it made me see, oh, it kind of hurts when, you know, you're a part of a marginalized group and people otherize and dehumanize you using slurs and shit like that. And then you look at other groups who are going through something similar and you say, damn, I can really empathize with that. I can really fucking empathize with that. I can empathize with people being harmed by other language. What is soft language? You're calling the word retard soft language? TJ even in his own fucking video here admitted that it's not soft language. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be. You're more than an idiot. You're more than a moron. You're more than a dipshit. You're the worst of the worst. A word that again is broadly used to refer to neurodivergent people, autistic people, people with Down syndrome, and other diseases that they can't help. That they get shit on just for being themselves. That's not soft language. I'm against language that marginalizes and oppresses people. No, I'm saying you guys worry too much about replacing words with softer language. No, I don't do that, actually. If there's words that are part of society, like, well, okay, maybe with some things, but, like, this is not the same thing. That I'm talking about slurs. I'm talking about actual harmful, bigoted fucking language. When it comes to, like, terms, like, there's certain terms I wish we would go back to. Like, I wish we would call, like, PTSD something like shell shock. Or something that would actually get people's attention. You know, I don't want to just soften language to be euphemistic. That's not my goal here. But when a word has run rampant with hatred and bigotry and dehumanizing attitudes, we need to readdress whether or not that word is of positive utility to our society. Then say that. Don't tell him you'll have a talk with him after class. What did you think I meant? I didn't say I'm going to have a talk with you after class. I said, I want to talk with you about this, TJ. This is what you just said was really fucking not okay. And the reason I sometimes try to use that tone is because, look, I honestly, and TJ was pretty honest about this when I first came out as trans. He was like, well, I'm probably going to be misogynistic towards you because you know what? Hey, you should be happy though, because at least I'm treating you like a woman, Hey, at least I'm treating you the way I treat all women. And he admits he's misogynistic. And in general, I don't feel like TJ takes me too seriously. I think he like brushes off my arguments as like hyperbolic whining. I obviously can't prove that, but like his dismissive tone when I say shit is quite apparent quite often. And he's dismissing me here as just like, you're just it's kind of misogynistic, actually. You're just trying to be what you think a woman is by pretending to be woke. How is that not going too far? How is that not beyond the pale? Maybe not beyond the pale, but like really questionable.
The word retard has caused little to no real world harm. It isn't the end.
That's not true. That's not true. You can look around and be like, well, I don't see the harm. Yeah, a lot of people don't see the harm. Like, it's the same, by the way, argument that conservatives make when it comes to, like, anti-BLM shit or like, pro-black movement, When they're like, well, I don't see any racism against black people. I wonder, TJ, is that maybe because we live in a very insular fucking society where, people have their little in-groups and they don't really care about, like, people outside of that? They don't learn to empathize with people who have different fucking experiences from them? No, what am I fucking talking about? That's ridiculous.
Word or something. Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't even think the N-word has caused real world harm.
Holy fuck! You don't think the N-word has caused real world harm? Holy fucking shit, TJ. And he told me to get out earlier, right? He told me to get out more. Holy fucking shit. The N-word has objectively caused real world harm. Like, oh my god. So you know what? At least he's being more consistent than some of the other people that come in here trying to defend the R word to me. At least TJ is sticking to his guns and saying, nope, I defend the R word and the N word. I have to give him credit for the consistency at least. It's still a wrong-headed fucking position, but okay, he's consistent. He's consistently wrong and insensitive to the plight of marginalized groups that he doesn't have that much experience with, clearly. Holy fuck.
I think racism has caused real world harm. I think dehumanizing black people and treating them as second-class citizens has caused real harm.
And the N-word has been used to bolster that attitude. The N-word has been, like, you realize back when we would, like, segregate and shit, it was like, oh, well, this is the white people section, and this is the section for N-words. Like, get these N-words out of here. Like, it was literally ingrained, like, a part of our culture. And, again, I'm not saying it's as bad as what black people went through, but you can see parallels in the way neurodivergent people are treated in society.
The language used in that process, in and of itself, did not, like, there's nothing about that combination of syllables that's magical. And focusing on that is for fucking dum-dums. If you fucking focus...
TJ, like, I love he's trying to, like, act as if anyone thinks these words are magical and it's a magical effect. No, they have a cultural and societal effect, TJ. I'm not saying they're magic, and whenever you call someone a retard, an autistic baby gets a fucking heart attack. I'm saying that these words do have real-world consequences. Words do affect people. You can be a fucking prickly edgelord who's like, I don't care about words. Words don't bother me. All you fucking want. But the reality is, TJ, that other people are affected by this shit. Just because you were raised in, by the way, what I do, I know TJ doesn't view anything about his upbringing to be abusive. I kind of do. I think abuse was largely normalized in previous generations, and it's becoming less and less normalized now. Okay, and you know, TJ was raised in the idea with the idea that, like, yeah, just fucking doesn't matter. Someone says something to you, just suck it up. You know, sticks and stones. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it hurt you, okay? And whatever, we can sit and philosophize all we want as to whether or not that kind of thing is right or wrong, okay? But the fact is, you can disagree with the way people today are brought up all you fucking want, but different people were brought up, and not everyone was brought up the way you were to just, like, not let that shit affect you, okay? And I don't know, there's probably other factors that lead to TJ being the kind of person that he just doesn't care about words. He doesn't care. People could say whatever the fuck they want to him. They could be as cutting and vitriolic. They could cut to his very fucking core of his being. It never fucking gets to TJ. Well, good for you, TJ. Good for you. You're good and you're nice and fucking strong, and that doesn't get to you. But you know what? Not all of us are so fucking privileged, TJ. All right? To, like, just be able to turn that thing off in our brain where it's like, words no longer bother me. I'm not affected by words. In fact, you know what, TJ? I would argue you probably are affected by words on some level. You probably just don't let yourself fucking admit it. Because a lot of people do that. I didn't used to do that. I'd be like, hey, I don't care. Yeah, call me whatever. I'm Lord Darkhay. Look at me. I'm a fucking edgelord and no one can fucking say shit. All right? It got to me. It got to me. I wasn't just some, like, impenetrable edgelord who wasn't affected by words in any way. I absolutely was, okay? I just internalized it in unhealthy ways, which didn't help. Loved your rap lyrics, Jamie. Thank you. Forbidden Fruit Basket. Really appreciate that, yo. I still think TJ is a bit of a grifter. I mean, he kind of admits to being one. I honestly think it doesn't really matter anymore. I'm gonna criticize TJ for the shit that he says, and if you could prove somehow that he's like, well, TJ's honest about being a grifter, so I guess he loses points for being a grifter, but he regains some of them for at least being honest and open about it. I mean, when I had that debate with Paul on TJ's channel, he fully admitted that, like, he didn't care about, like, us having a discussion. He didn't care about mine or Paul's well-being or, you know, us our interaction or whatever. He just wanted to make money. He wanted to put on a spectacle. He said that. He was open about that. And that's why I refuse to go on TJ's channel for something like that again. And whatever, TJ can be like, yeah, well, you're lost or whatever, but fine. Maybe it is, but it's also my loss to go on there and to be treated that way, which is why I said, if I want to talk to TJ about this, but if he wants to talk to me, he should come on here, okay? It's a smaller audience. There's less people. He doesn't have to, like, put it on display in front of as many fucking people, and he can just sit here and fucking talk to me, all right? I'm not trying to, like, go on his channel to, like, grift views or whatever. I just want to, like, I just want to talk, because I think a lot of the shit he says is kind of fucked, and I really disagree with it. By the way, yo, if y'all are enjoying this, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and consider donating, sending in a tip, yo. We got a Streamlabs link down in the description, yo. It really fucking helps me out, all right? Really fucking helps out the channel. Helps me be able to continue doing this shit. Helps me to be able to eat. So, yeah. If anyone is able to, feels like it, you know, whatever, every little bit helps, and I really appreciate y'all. I'll read your messages. Text-to-speech is gone, so whatever you send me, I will read it. And I'm very appreciative. But if you can't, also don't break the bank trying to help me out, all right? I fully recognize people in my audience are going through tough times too, all right? I'm neurodivergent and use the R word all the time. So long as you don't use it directly to attack disabled people, it's not a problem. Language policing is out of hand. This isn't... They want to declare lame a slur now. I mean, it might be. I don't know. I could hear an argument for it being one. It's not nearly as widely used a slur as the R word, though. And by the way, it's okay. You're a neurodivergent person that uses it. I'm a neurodivergent person who doesn't use it. Do we have a duel? Do we joust each other to see whose opinion wins out? You know, I happen to also know a lot of neurodivergent people who don't appreciate that word. You know, like I said, I've witnessed it be used to do harm and to make people outcasts and to really like fucking shit. Like, oh my God, the number of fucking neurodivergent people that I went to school with at every different school that I went to that I watched get bullied by that attitude. It's fucked. And I'm not trying to language police and say you're not allowed to say this word. No, TJ's allowed to say this word. You can say that. I don't care. Say it. But you're an asshole. That's it. I view you as an asshole. I view you as contributing to a problem when you use that word. And you know what? I'm not the only one. A lot of people are going to view you as an asshole. And I do generally agree with society in general adopting that perspective. And I will defend that perspective. And honestly, I do think society is probably going more in that direction. It is actually. It's literally going more in that direction, which is why you got people like TJ offering pushback. No, I'm not trying to change your language. If you don't want to use it, don't. But don't act like it's on par with the N-word. I didn't say it's as bad. I just explained why the N-word is worse. However, they're still bad for similar reasons. And there's still parallels. There's still otherization and dehumanization. I'm done with this video, by the way. Hopefully, maybe someone will be able to clip this stream into a much shorter, more coherent segment. That would be dope. I don't expect anyone to, because I definitely don't have the time to go through it and shorten it down. But if someone would like to clip that for me. Speaking of which, we've got a clips channel now. One of our lovely viewers has created a channel where they've been clipping some of my segments and putting them on there for people who don't want to sit through my entire streams. And I'm actually going to start putting some of those on my channel as well, so that we can segments that I want to get out there more. So yeah, go check out Hopium Nuggets, yo. Hells yeah, Hopium Nuggets. It's a dope little fan made clip channel. You get all your little Hopium Nuggets in one place, yo. The only reason people don't lump in the N-word with the R-word is because they think the ethics of the word is somehow tied to oppression Olympics. Yeah, everyone thinks there's oppression Olympics going on. I mean, there are for some people, but like, it's not about oppression Olympics. Intersectionality is about saying no more oppression Olympics. It's about saying, oh, thank you. Hell yeah, Kaonian with the amazingly kind, not ripping off Vosh, $10. Thank you so much. I really fucking appreciate that. Hells yeah. Thank you, Kaonian. Damn it, what was I looking for? I was looking for a thing. God damn it, I'm so... Oh, Hopium Nuggets. Yeah. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Here, this is the, here's the channel. Everybody should subscribe. Hell yeah. Wait, where... God damn it. Oh. Hell yeah. Yeah, everyone go give Hopium Nuggets a sub, yo. Especially if you don't want to, sit through all of my streams to see the best content, you can get it clipped out and put up there, Hells yeah. You can, and you'll see clips that go up on this channel first if you subscribe over there. So it's a win-win. All right. Oppression Olympics only exists in the hypothetical worldview of right-wingers. I mean, there are some people that go, I'm more oppressed than you because there's idiots on the left. I'm not going to deny that. But, like, yeah, I know broadly it's not really a real thing. And anyone who's down with, like, actual intersectionality realizes that's really fucking silly. Like, it's really, really silly. The stereotypical chud sure does love him some sports and get mad when the sportscasters and athletes turn out to be left of center. Yeah, people get mad. People get mad when they find out their celebrities are like... I mean, I guess we all do this. When we find out celebrities we like disagree with us politically, we're just like, god damn it, fuck you. It's like, what? It's like, you get this uncomfortable feeling. It's like... But I like you though. But I disagree. But you're. I try to look. If someone is not like harmful with their opinions and I just disagree with them, I usually try to let it slide. I think it's still important to talk about these things and call them out, and criticize people when you disagree with them. But like, try to be respectful. At least insofar as they're respectful with you. Kneeling on the field is haram, is it? I didn't know that. It's haram. All right. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nah, I'm gonna do it. Well, I'm not an athlete, but I would do it. I would. I would do it, and I'd do it again. All right. How's everyone doing tonight, yo? Yeah, we're done with the TJ segment, all right? Yeah. All the Tajika fans who are here to polish TJ's balls can well, I guess they've already left. But yeah, yo, I was gonna do a stream tonight. I'm still working on it. I didn't do it for two reasons, but I was gonna do a Canadian politics stream. I didn't do it because, well, the TJ thing came up and I kind of wanted to talk about that, but also I'm not 100% finished with the stuff I wanted to pull and look at for the Canadian election stream. So we're gonna talk about that tomorrow, I think. And we're gonna go into some things. We're gonna look at Justin Trudeau. We're going to look at Aaron O'Toole. We're going to look at Jagmeet Singh. We're going to look at the various parties that are running and who could possibly win. And we're going to talk strategy as leftists. And even if you're not a Canadian, I suggest popping in. You might learn some stuff about Canadian politics. And, if we can push this stuff, because I really do want to try to grow. I can't find lefty Canadian political streamers. I just can't. In fact, I can't find many Canadian political streamers in general. Like, no one's talking about Canadian politics. There's an election right now. An election in 2 weeks. 2 fucking weeks. There's no channels talking about it. And we're at risk of potentially having a conservative government if we're not careful. So, yeah. It's something we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. We got to spread it around lefty circles, because there are a lot of Canadians in lefty circles that probably just watch people like Vosh or Xander Hall or Demon Mama or Hassan or whatever, because they don't they have similar politics to what they believe in, but they don't have any other content that talks about the politics in their country, which is kind of sad. I want that. I want to find like good lefty commentators that are giving me their takes on the election and shit and whatever's going on here. I think that's important. We need to be working towards leftism in every country, especially Western countries that all have a lot of influence on each other. So yeah, this is if you're a leftist and you care about leftist values, okay, even if you're not a Canadian, this is important. So come join me for tomorrow's stream. It'll either be tomorrow or Thursday at the very latest, but it has to be this week because the election's in 2 weeks. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it, all right? See, I don't say about. I say about. I say about. Yeah, I've become too Americanized, yo. Canadian politics is an echo chamber, so politics. Wait, Canadian politics echo American politics so closely that most of their criticisms apply to us. Sure, but there are little differences and shit, you know. Like, there's the way our system works and the fact that we have like 3 primary parties that can possibly win, it changes the game a lot. I'm of the belief that, especially with the NDPs gaining ground, voting for the NDPs, campaigning for and voting for NDP candidates is probably okay. I think it's very important to push the NDPs because it's a way to push the country further to the left, which is always good. Always good. However, we can't let the conservatives win. And so if you're in a place where a conservative is likely to win if you vote for the NDPs rather than the liberals, unfortunately, I probably would have to say strategically I would probably suggest voting for a liberal. But that's the problem. If everyone was voting for NDPs, if more people were like, no, NDP, we could actually, like, push the country further to the left. We could actually get something done for a change instead of these fucking liberals just, like, virtue signaling progressivism and not actually doing anything and actually just acting like neocons in a lot of cases. Like, we have an actual leftist party in Canada, or a more left-leaning party in Canada, I should say. We should use that to our advantage. And maybe if we get a leftist party elected in Canada, it might influence American politics a little bit. Maybe we can, use that influence to push Americans more to the left. If they see lefty policies working here, it could have an effect. It could. So it's more important than just being like, whatever, it's Canada, it's another country. No, it's another country that's like, has a very close relationship with America. And what Canada does will affect America. And also, the same goes if we turn fascist, okay? And again, I don't know that Aaron O'Toole is necessarily a fascist, the conservative the conservative candidate. I don't know that he's outright a fascist, but he has made some kind of yikesy, fashy talking points that I don't like. He talks a lot about the woke mob and these woke people coming after us, and he talks about like he actually does something that's a little unique in Canada, which is he does like a right-wing nationalism, which it's more the Liberal Party, which is more nationalistic in general here. So he appeals to like nationalistic populism, and he also, I've heard him talk about like cultural Marxism, which I'm not saying he 100% knows what that means, but that is kind of an alt-right dog whistle. It's a Nazi dog whistle. When they go, it's cultural Marxism. Is he gonna start talking about like the transgender agenda? I don't know. I don't like it. It sounds like he's playing with too much of that crypto-fascist language. I don't like it. So let's use this as an opportunity, right? Americans, you don't want a fascist hat, right? You don't want a fascist next-door neighbor. You'd probably rather have a leftist next-door neighbor that you can point to, like Bernie often did, and be like, why is it
that in the richest country on the face of the planet, we cannot afford health care. Well, our very next door neighbors, Canada, have some of the lowest drug prices. Why is insulin thousands of dollars in America? Well, you can go take a 20-minute bus ride to Canada and get the same insulin for $6. This is an outrage, right? You guys want that, right? More talking points like that. More like, hey, why can't we do this? Canada's doing it. So let's push. I'd like, and if any of y'all know of other people, other Canadian streamers, let me know of these people, because I'd like to try to reach out and collaborate with some other people, especially with the election coming up so quickly, and try to work with other leftists towards pushing a leftist Canadian message. I'll talk about this more tomorrow or on my next stream, but I think it's very fucking important, guys. It's very important. The fuck are y'all on about? Something about Glenn Beck? I don't care about Glenn Beck. I'm voting NDP. Based. We all gotta vote. We all gotta vote, okay? I'm not gonna say who to vote for. Use your own judgment in your own district on who to vote for. But I do advise voting NDP. I would love to see the NDPs get in power. And we also gotta work towards, like, promoting them to our friends and families and, other people around us. Make the case for why, look, what Justin Trudeau did is really fucking stupid, too. Like, calling an election in the middle of a pandemic when he didn't have to. It was only because he thought he could get more seats in Parliament, and he might actually end up losing seats in Parliament because of this, ironically enough. And I think he should, to the NDP party. Because if the NDPs win, even if their policies aren't as progressive as you'd like them to be, which a lot of them aren't, but you would at least be showing the Liberal Party, hey, this is what we want. We want a party that actually says it's going to fucking do something and push further to the left. And Jagmeet Singh is very popular in Canada. People like him. You just got to convince people that he has a chance of winning. Show them the margins. Show them how the NDPs are actually catching up. And even though Liberals and Conservatives are neck and neck right now, if we were able to take a significant number of votes from both of those parties and flip them over to the NDP, that would be really fucking dope. That would be fucking awesome. And it would stick it to Trudeau. It would stick it to the right, because we don't want right wingers in power, right? Even if O'Toole himself isn't the worst, you don't want, like, other conservatives getting in power that can do shit on a more local level, because the Conservative Party isn't just moderates. It's also, there are a lot of extremists who vote Conservative, and there are a lot of extremists in the party. So we can't let them win. No, the Green Party in America is never going to win. Not anytime soon. Yeah, it's not going to happen. But in Canada, the NDPs can actually win. So, and hey, if we have, like, maybe if the NDPs win, that might be a good argument for a lot of Americans to be like, hey, Canada just elected a prime minister from a third party, or, from a party that isn't the two main established left-right dichotomy parties. So, hey, why can't we do the same? That's another good reason to push the NDPs if you're an American, push Jagmeet Singh, push the NDP party and be like, yeah, I think my Canadian brothers and sisters, I think my Canadian friends should vote NDP. If you have a platform of any kind, use it to spread that message. You probably got Canadians watching. I wish I could get this kind of message to someone like Vosh or Xander Hall or someone with a bigger audience so that they could talk about this a little, because It's extremely important, and we could be affecting change, throughout the world, change which could affect America. It could go towards making leftism more prevalent in general, but no one's talking about it. And I get it. A lot of us are distracted with like Afghanistan and COVID and shit, but like there's an election going on, and that's going to affect shit. It's going to affect the world, and we could be pushing progressives to get out and vote for an actual step an actual step towards leftism. I don't want to waste this opportunity. I don't. Vosh is a Seattleite. He has no ear for the Canadian way. That's look. If Vosh, and see, look, I'm not going to blame Vosh for not talking about it. I blame the fact that there are no lefty Canadian streamers. Right now, there should be other lefty Canadian streamers who are in contact with other streamers like Vosh, who are like, hey, by the way, in Canada, we have an election going on. Maybe you should talk about this, It's not being talked about in these circles. It's just not. So bigger voices aren't talking about it. And you don't think Canada has, you don't think Vosh has Canadians in his audience? He absolutely does. He has a shit ton. So does Xanderhall. So does Hassan. So do a lot of these streamers. If we had lefties going around from channel to channel, collaborating, talking to other people, getting the message out there, and explaining it through a leftist perspective, because I get it. Vosh and, these other people probably don't know a lot about Canadian politics, because they don't hear it offered to them through a leftist perspective, or at all, really. But if we had leftists, working to, like, promote shit, working to talk about this through a leftist perspective, it would be a more common talking point in lefty YouTube and Twitch circles. Doesn't Vosh regard his audience as dumb babies that should shut up and listen to the one true adult that... What? No. That's, like, ridiculous. No, Vosh actually cultivates an audience of people who are very critical of him and will absolutely call him out when he has a wrong take. That's one of the reasons I respect Vosh and a lot of his takes so much, because I know that his audience is set up in such a way that if he says something really fucked, there will be a lot of people calling him out on it. And he's fucking moved over on a lot of positions that he's admitted he's been wrong about. I don't know what oh my god. Guys, by the way, we got another thing that needs to be talked about on the left, and this, all right, people who are anti-Canada can stick around because this is less to do with Canada. We got to talk about the fact, okay, that there are a lot of right-wing misinformation campaigns whose primary goal is to smear and discredit leftists and make them look like terrible, shitty fucking people that are not worth listening to, okay? And these people attack Vosh, they attack Xanderhall, they attack Hassan. They've been attacking Hassan recently. You've all seen the bad faith arguments. Oh my god, Hassan bought a house. He's not a real leftist. No one should listen to him. Do you really think that the majority of that talk is really coming from the left? We can't let the right tear us apart like they've been continuing to do since 2016. Because, okay, their anti-SJW efforts are slowly starting to fail. So now they're going to focus on targeting any individual person who's on the left. Vosh, oh, he's a pedophile. Yeah, we have a clip. No, it's totally within context. Yeah, it's not dishonestly edited or anything. Yeah, see? Yeah, here's a clip. Yeah. Hassan, oh, you shouldn't listen to him. He bought a house. He has a house, guys. Look, have your own individual opinions of these people if you want, but like, please, 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 guys, do not give in to these like disinformation campaigns that are meant to like discredit the left. Okay? Learn to see through that shit when it happens and be like, yeah, this is people like trying to discredit someone with correct opinions. Okay? Because it happens a lot. Happens to Bernie, happens to AOC, happens to anyone on the left who gets prominent in any way. Fucking based. Half the attacks on leftists are from a conservative perspective and betray a fundamental misunderstanding of leftism. Wonder why that is. Yup. A lot of these attacks from people are they either they're from a conservative perspective or even when they try to like go from like a leftist perspective, like, oh, you bought a house, what a fake capital, what a fake socialist. Most socialists like don't believe that you shouldn't have a house. Okay, in fact, most socialists want people to have houses. All right, and maybe rather than complaining about Hassan spending that much on a house, maybe complain about the system that allows a house in LA or in California to be worth that much, to cost that much. Maybe complain about the underlying exploitative system, you know, rather than complaining about individual people who may get rich. And again, all this does, and Vosh and other people have made a lot of really good points about this. All this does is reinforce the idea that like rich people can never be leftists, and it makes rich people not want to be leftists. How do you think we're gonna pull people in if we are anti-rich? We need people with money to be on our sides. How are we gonna fund anything otherwise? You think it's not an absolute boon when some millionaire listens to the plight of leftists and actually realizes, yeah, there are some serious inequalities inherent in the system, and yeah, I do benefit unfairly in a lot of ways. Here, let me help. Let me do what I can to help. How does it help when we're antagonistic to those people? But overall, like, this is part of a broader misinformation campaign by the right, and we cannot allow it to continue succeeding. Look, I promise you, if I get any bigger, they're going to come after me. They will. They're going to start smearing me and going through my history and everything I've ever said and trying to be like, Jamie's a piece of shit. I'm honest about everything I say, though. And look, have I said things in the past that I disagree with? Yeah. And I, by the way, welcome my audience. If I've said something in the past that you think is problematic, feel free to bring it to me. Because I don't remember everything I've ever fucking said. And I don't have the time to comb through every single fucking piece of content on this channel to make sure I didn't say something problematic at some point. I'm fully fucking amenable to people like pointing out my fucking blind spots and mistakes and being like, yeah, you fucked up here. And I'll call it out. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be a better fucking person. I want to know if I've made mistakes in the past. But whatever. There will be people that hear the shit that I've said in the past or whatever is taken out of context from me and just like assume the worst and are uncharitable and are like, oh my God, this Jamie is a fucking, I don't know, transphobe. Even though she's trans, this Jamie is a misogynist, a racist, a this, or that. And people are going to run around and try to use shit I said in the past against me. They do it constantly. And that's why, I'm not for, like, canceling people for shit that they've said in the past. If people show growth and a willingness to better themselves, we should absolutely accept that and, you know, incentivize that, honestly, because we should want people to get better. I just go after people who are currently you know, contributing to like problematic attitudes. Do it. Unite the forces of Underhaven and grow. Hell yeah. Are they trying to shame Soros into becoming a super Koch brothers retaliation for living in their heads rent free? Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Well, Jamie, don't you think you'll have as much of a problem because you put your old stuff in context or rebuke yourself? Oh, you said, well, Jamie, I don't think you'll have as much of a problem because you put your old stuff in context and rebuke yourself. Yes, I try to do that in order to like, well, to be honest with myself, because I think that's extremely important. And I try to hold myself to the standard of being honest with you guys so that I can keep myself accountable in that way. But also, yeah, like I do anticipate cancellations, and I want to be honest. I don't want to hide shit from you guys. I want to be completely honest about myself and, yeah, call out my past behavior. But I also want to promote growth in people, not just myself, but in other people. I want other people to look at people like me and be like, oh, I can grow. I can get better. I can go from being a piece of shit to being a decent human being. You know? I want to promote that in people. When you don't hide anything in the closet, you don't have skeletons in the closet. Yeah, true. I go out of my way to not hide shit. I mean, there's stuff that I've taken down from my channel because I think it's problematic. Anything I think is more problematic than it's worth is down. But I probably have like takes I disagree with in streams from a year ago or 2 years ago. I probably have shit I disagree with from streams 3 months ago. I'm always trying to learn and grow and get better and challenge myself. That's why I fucking I'm always talking about the importance of that, because it's how we grow as people. It's best to put it all out there for sure. Yeah, I agree. That's honestly what I think has helped people like Vosh. Like, because his audience keeps growing, even, you know, he gets in trouble with them every once in a while. He pisses people off, but, like, he continues to grow. He's never gotten, like, fully canceled. It's because he's honest. He puts his shit out there, and if he makes a mistake and fucks up, he says, yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up and I shouldn't have. I did something creepy. I did something dumb. I did something racist. I did it and it was wrong, and here's why it was wrong. And here's why I'm not going to do it anymore. If you can explain that, as far as I'm concerned in general, if you're able to explain and describe what's wrong with what you said, why you shouldn't have said it, and why you're not going to say it again, you almost don't even need to apologize. Because that shows that you fully understand why it was wrong. Yeah, you almost don't even need to take the extra step of saying the words, I'm sorry. Because that in and of itself is, like, more valuable. Like, you clearly recognize it. All right, like when I did that video calling out my really transphobic Vine, I was like, okay, that was wrong because I was making fun of Caitlyn Jenner's genitals. That was, the entire context was trans people are gross, trans people's genitals are gross, therefore it was bigoted, and therefore it was unacceptable, and I'm not going to do that again because I don't want to contribute to the attitude in society that trans people have gross genitals. See what I mean? It's too bad that the Drunken Peasants Alliance is practically broken at this point. They helped the Underhaven crew rise, but TJ and pals are failing while UH still rising. I mean, Underhaven's not like we're not like, we definitely haven't surpassed any of those channels. But we are continuing to grow, which is good. And we're going to continue to grow. I'm talking about personal growth, though. Growing as a person, not just growing your channel. Which, I'm trying to grow my channel, too, obviously. Make sure to like and share. Share, share, share. Share it everywhere. Share everywhere. Hell yeah. And donate if you can. Helps me out. But, yeah, like, I'm just trying to do me. I'm trying to do what I, like, I'm trying to do what I believe in, okay? I'm trying to talk about the things I believe in, and, you know, I want to get them out there to more people. But even with a small audience, you can change minds. You can affect the lives of people. People are people, and I view people as valuable. Like, I view my audience as valuable, whether I have 13 people or 30 or 300. Like, it's still made up of people. Real people living their lives. And that's why I don't reduce anyone to, oh, you're just some terminally online, you know, like, we're dealing with people. We have to remember that when we're on the internet, we're dealing with people. We got to treat people with respect and kindness. I do believe that's important. Again, I'm not going to force you to be kind, but then I'm also not going to, like, promote your behavior if you're not kind, you know? It's just as simple as that. Are they of all people trying to go non-political like Teddy? They're not, DFF's not exactly non-political. I don't really watch it much anymore, but they do some good shit every once in a while. I'm not saying it's a bad show. There's definitely worse shit. But is it the top thing I would recommend to people, especially people that I'm trying to pull over to the left? Probably not. Probably rather have people watching someone like Vosh or Demon Mama. But, yeah, I guess there's definitely worse shit that people could be watching, okay? Like, TJ, Scotty, and Paul definitely provide more positive content than a lot of other people who provide nothing but negative shit. I will say, though, when TJ goes on his TJ Does live streams and he starts, like, talking shit, like, I don't care. Like, TJ can be as performatively woke or whatever as he wants on his, like, on DFF. But, like, as far as I'm concerned, the way TJ behaves on TJ Does Life is the real TJ, right? That's him unfiltered, right? So I'm going to be more critical of that TJ because that's TJ with the mask off. That's TJ, you know, saying whatever comes to mind, at least for the most part. So that's where you see, like, the raw shit. So if he says something that, like, is really problematic, especially, too, because a lot of people are going to take him more seriously there, because a lot of people view that as, like, yeah, that's where TJ's more real. Is Demon Mama the leader of BreadTube now? Hardly, but she is really fucking good. She is really based. I love Demon Mama's content. I really do. In fact, I kind of watch it quite a bit more than I do Vosh at this point. Well, I watch Vosh's content a little more because he puts out more content quicker, especially while Demon Mama is taking a break. But no, she's really fucking good. She's hopium pilled. She's like Vosh, but more hopium pilled, which I can get with. She's also in a lot of ways very not like Vosh. She does have some similarities. But no, she is she's definitely a much more positive streamer, I would say, and a little less doomerish. What about people saying ContraPoints is the one to pull non-leftists to the left? I mean, maybe. Look, there's no one person. The left needs to be made up of a lot of different people with a lot of different approaches, which is why, by the way, I don't outright denounce what DFF is doing, okay? I actually think it's kind of a decent approach, but I think it's undermined by the ways that TJ and Paul behave in their live streams where they're more unfiltered. So I think they're doing good, but then they're also like kind of like undermining it a little. You know? They're kind of like they do something good on DFF, but then they go to Ideology or TJ Does Life and say something really fucking stupid and then double down on it on like Twitter. And it's like, well, how great is your leftist advocacy in general then if you're constantly like especially in the case of TJ, like constantly coming to blows with anyone in your community further to the left than you, and like, you know, really unable to like accept criticism or arguments from people that you view as like lesser than you. I don't know. I mean, in terms of gathering the recommendations for people to send to their unwoke friends and family rather than competition or choosing one singular vision to the exclusion of others. What? Look, if you're going to send like leftist content to your friends and family, like it does honestly, well, it depends on the person. If you're talking to like some edgelord, you know, family member who's more right leaning or whatever, maybe TJ's shit, it probably is the shit to send them. But then TJ doesn't go far enough on a lot of shit, so he could actually be a really great advocate for the left if he did. DFF and TJ were useful. They pulled a lot of people from following the crypto-fascist pipeline that the anti-SJW crowd was going at. No, that is true, and I give them credit for that. I do. I give them credit for that. I just think they have like a lot of attitudes in their community that are harmful, like the you know, the pro R word and the pro slurs in general, and the anti woke shit. I think that stuff is problematic, and it actually is a detriment to leftism, and it has been. I think that the anti woke shit has been in large part like a conservative psyop meant to destabilize the left. I believe that. So those elements, those reactionary elements, I do view to be harmful. And I think, which is why I've gone out of my way to lessen them over the years. And I think it's good to lessen them. What about Tea Party conservatives that thought Q was too weird and never jumped bandwagons? What? Whoa, loud thunder. Loud fucking thunder. Holy shit. It's still going. Can you hear that? It's still going. Holy sh! That was a loud and long fucking thunderclap, yo. Thunder. It was like rolling thunder. Holy shit. I love TJ. I just think he's capable of so much more. See, that overall is my perspective. I love TJ, and he makes me laugh a lot. And, you know, I think he's very insightful on certain issues, but he very clearly has a lot of fucking blind spots that he just is very stubborn and refuses to address or even hear arguments against. I'm surprised since Hannah and Jake have been woke for a very long time, so it's not a recent development for TJ to critique. Yeah, I don't know why he brought that up. It was like, yeah, Jamie did start becoming woke after coming out as trans. You know who else did? Hannah. Which, not even true. Not even true in either of our cases. You can go back again in my channel. I was like moving to the left quite a bit. Quite a fucking bit. Especially in social issues, before I came out. Aren't Hannah and Jake further to the left and for longer than TJ? Yes. That's why TJ has criticized them and made fun of them and be like, hey, fucking SJWs, S Jake W. I was asking if edgelords that would like TJ and be convinced to go left by him also include Q and Tea Party. Maybe. I mean, Cynic watches him, and Cynic is basically a QAnoner. I don't know that he actually believes specifically in QAnon, but he thinks Alex Jones is brilliant. He like hangs off of every word that Alex Jones says. So but that being said, he watches TJ, but TJ doesn't seem to pull him over very much. So I don't know. I really don't know. Edgy can get dull over time. It can. It does. It does. I'm honestly surprised. I honestly am kind of surprised TJ's not bored of the shtick at this point. I really am. Like, at no point do you just become just like, okay, do you just look at yourself and be like, okay, all this like performative edginess is just, what is it at this point? Yeah, look at me, I'm edgy and I don't give a fuck what other people think, and I'm an asshole and I'm gonna defend my right to be an asshole. Like, okay. Do you ever get tired of it? I did. But hey, I'm not a man, so maybe it's a guy thing, you know? Except I know a lot of guys that aren't like that. Oh, by the way, like, I will say this, like, TJ and Paul, I don't know about Scotty because I don't listen to him much outside. Like, he doesn't talk much outside of DFF, but TJ and Paul do both have their elements of toxic masculinity. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm a man, and like I don't give a shit, and like, fuck feelings, yo. Really toxic. That could be his actual personality. Never met him in person. You want to know the funny thing? TJ in person is like, he's just like really quiet, and he's kind of a bit of a softie in person, honestly. You know, when he's in performance mode, he starts being all edgy and mean and shit. But, like, I don't know. TJ can be kind of a sweet dude sometimes, which is why I've been really charitable about him and tried to not, like, assume the worst. I still try not to assume the worst. But, like, it just makes me more look at it and be like, yeah, like, this edginess does just seem like, at least, whatever, all aspects of our personality are performative on some level. And, you know, we're all trying to find ourselves and figure out who the fuck we are. But, like, I don't know. Does TJ gain the most positive utility from the way he currently... I mean, maybe he does. Maybe if he believes he does. Like, that's none of my business, okay? I just think, like, you don't have to make edginess your entire personality. And you can kind of, like, take a step back every once in a while and be like, you know, do I need to, like, die on this hill of just being an edgelord asshole? I think he's completely tired of it, to be honest, but he doesn't know what to do instead. In a way, it's still working, so he might not want to do anything. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I love how we're talking about TJ again, even though I wanted to move on. Whatever. If I put TJ in the title, it's going to be... The chat's going to want to talk about it. Well, I guess someone in the chat seconds that sentiment. Maybe he is tired of it, and he just keeps doing it because he's like, it's what works. It's what people like. I don't know. I'd say try something different. Honestly, I do think TJ has a lot of potential, and he could be appealing to new audiences and growing right now if he wasn't so concerned with, like, retaining the audience that he currently has or certain elements of it. I think he should just, you know, try something new, do what he wants to do, and like the people that'll continue to watch will continue to watch, and the people that won't. But you know, I've said I think TJ should collaborate more with other people. He'd grow more. He'd be more known, you know? Collaborate with other lefties. He could get his name out there. He could be a good part of the left pipeline. He could. He just doesn't really want to be. Good Lord, Jamie, you started this stream early. I'm trying to move my streams to like 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm trying to make that my regular thing. I might, cause I'm trying to go to bed earlier. I don't like going to bed so late every damn night. He would risk more of his audience than he when he went more left wing if he stopped being edgy. He would risk more of his audience than when he went more left if he stopped being edgy. I'm not saying he has to stop being edgy. He can be edgy. Like, it's just you don't have to be edgy about everything. You don't have to be edgy about, like, hey, TJ, you know, maybe this word isn't good to use in society. Maybe it's actually kind of harmful, and it, you know, adds to the marginalization of oppressed groups. And rather than being like, yeah, fuck you, I don't care, fucking snowflake crybaby, you could be like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, people who use the word retarded are kind of fucking dumb, you know? Yeah, maybe you're right. You know, and choose other shit to be edgy about, you know? You wanna call fucking Republicans stupid brainless dipshits? You wanna use whatever pejoratives you want on, like, you know, people who actually deserve it? Go right the fuck ahead. But like, I'm edgy when I talk about conservatives and shit. I can be really fucking edgy on Underhaven sometimes. But like, I have a line. Where I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna cross that because I don't want to add to harmful attitudes in society. I don't want to like shit on people for shit they can't help. I don't want to make life harder for people whose lives are already fucking hard. Anyway. Republicans equal no. TJ uses that word for them. Find other words. What's wrong with finding other words? Be creative, TJ. You know? That's one of the things I liked about TJ. He was creative. He's good at coming up with fucking insults. I don't know. Maybe that was just my edgy teenage brain that just was like, what? Hey, Jamie, no hate. Do you get mad if TJ DMs you? What? TJ barely ever DMs me. So. I don't know what your point is. I don't know. Lol. Okay. Yeah, that was funny, I guess. I don't know. Don't know what your point is. But yeah, you can be mean. You can be edgy. You can be a dick. Like, but if you're a dick in ways that, like, again, go towards marginalized, you know, communities, then, like, you're kind of being an asshole, and people are going to fucking call you out for that. That's it, yo. Who's allowed to DM you? Anyone can request a DM from me on Twitter, and my DMs are currently still open on Discord. However, like, if you're going to DM me, make it, like, to the point. Like, I don't accept random people just in my DMs, like, hitting on me or, like, just like coming to like chat about whatever, just because I can't chat with every single person. If you want to talk to me, like, you can hit me up in my Discord server and be like, hey, Jamie, I'm usually in there, and I'll usually respond to people in there. But I prefer if people are going to DM me, it's for a reason, you know? Like, you're hitting me up for a specific purpose, or you have something to say to me, or, you know, you have information, or you want to collaborate, or whatever the fuck. Try to keep DMs semi-professional, as unless I actually know you. I feel like that's the general like etiquette, I miss the old dark A, straight from the go dark A with ill with the soul dark A, chop up the what? Okay. I don't miss the old dark A. The old dark A was extremely fucking miserable. The old dark A was depressed and wanted to kill himself. And I guess did in the end. Because that me is gone. Nothing wrong with edgy, but there should be a balance. Exactly. And overall, I don't think it's like an undermining of like your edgy personality to be like, okay, let's be understanding and empathetic towards certain groups. He already does it. You don't know that Kanye song? I thought you rapped. I'm pretty sure I do. I know that song, but like, I probably heard that. I don't know all of Kanye's shit. The Kanye shit that I'm most familiar with is Yeezus. Yeezus is probably the album I've listened to the most of Kanye's. And a little bit from his 2 albums after that, but I don't really listen to Kanye much anymore. I mean, I do rap. You don't have to know every rap lyric to be a rapper, right? I'm sure Eminem doesn't know every rap lyric. Or I recognize that the lyrics you put there. I know it's from a song, and I probably, if I thought about it long enough, could figure out which song it's from. But like, I don't know it off the top of my head. So like, Yeezus is the start of the fall. Okay, I think Yeezus was good. I like it. I haven't listened to it in a while. I might have a different opinion of it now. Maybe a slightly different opinion of it now, but I liked a lot of it. He did go downhill pretty quickly after Yeezus. Like the album Yee that came out after had like one or two good songs. Kids See Ghosts had like one good song, and then like he just his albums seem to progressively have less and less good songs. So maybe if I go back more, I'll find like the shit that was really good. What? You are a bit complex to deal with, DM, a bit impatient, but it's cool, lol. What? Look, I'm not trying to be like difficult with my DMs. Anyone can look, the fact is anyone can DM me. My DMs are open, okay? But if you start being creepy or annoying to me in my DMs, I'm going to start ignoring you and I'm going to block you, okay? That's it. My DMs are open, DM me. The only reason I'm a little I'm a little hesitant right now is because I've had people recently in my DMs being really fucking annoying and like acting as if they're like entitled to my time, and messaging me all hours of the day and night, and I'm kind of sick of that shit. But no, my DMs are open. Anyone can message me, all right? Okay, I got you. All right, dope. Yeah, no, hit me up. That's fine. That's $1 in the manatee jar, Jacob LH. That's $1. So open DMs, heavy breathing. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't want people like being creepy in my. If you're like whatever, be creepy. I'm just gonna block you, right? Yeah. If you're creepy, I'll block you. I know you're just joking, by the way. Entitled, lol. Yeah. What? Yeah. Some people feel entitled to other people's time. What, is that ironic because I am somehow like, oh, I'm like a leftist, I'm entitled or some shit? I don't know. I don't know what you're implying with that, but what? I don't know. Edgy rap discussion? Yeah. I don't know. Only I'm allowed to do that. No, not even you realize. No one's allowed to be creepy in my DMs. I don't like it. I generally don't like it. It's okay. You can do it as a joke. I know you're joking. How do you feel about Tyler, the Creator? I actually haven't really listened to a lot of him at all. What I listen to a lot of, well, in terms of rap lately, the rapper I'm listening to a lot lately is Young Ma. She's really fucking good. She had a feature on Eminem's latest album called Unaccommodating. She is really fucking good. I really like her. Although I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the messaging in her rap. She raps a lot about money and being rich and shit and whatever. But she's talented. I like her. I listen to a lot of Eminem as well, obviously. I listen to shit like see, I don't listen to a shit ton of modern rap. That's the thing, yo. I like Lil Nas X, which is technically not rap, but still very based, very dope. Joyner Lucas, obviously, Logic, two really dope fucking rappers that I listen to a lot of. Still listen to a lot of XXX Tentacion. Jamie, do you ever listen or was inspired by ICP? I do not. I've never engaged with ICP. I've never listened to them. I've never cared for them at all, really. Some people like them. Whatever. More power to you. I don't. Yeah, yo. Travis Scott's not bad. He's pretty. He's got some dope shit. Who else do I listen to? I don't. I just have playlists that are like, oh, Denzel Curry, he's dope. He's dope. Ski Mask, the Slump God, someone I really like. Juice WRLD's not bad. Yeah, there's a lot of dope rappers out there. Join the Juggalo side, then have a Fago. Never. It's not happening, yo. Oh, by the way, guys, just a quick heads up. I said this yesterday that my well, as you know, I released my song yesterday on SoundCloud, my newest song, Son of a Bitch. And it is now on Spotify and Apple Music. See, this is my music is on. Well, not my latest song. It's not up yet. It should be up either tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, my music is now on Apple Music and Spotify and most other music streaming services. So go look me up, Lady Hopium. Go. You can find me as Lady Hopium literally anywhere. All right. And now that includes music streaming services. Hells yeah. Go follow me on like SoundCloud or Apple Music. Go listen to my shit there. Go play it on repeat like 1,000,000 times. Give me that money, yo. Give me that money. All right. Speaking of which, yo, last call. If anybody wants to donate, I'll read your message if you send it with a Streamlabs. That shit really helps me out. I'm pretty much don't have another source of income outside of this channel right now, and I'm holy fuck, that's loud. Okay, you guys had to hear that one, right? Holy shit, that thunder. Okay. It's still going too. Holy shit. Yeah, I should probably end this stream before I have a power outage. That wouldn't be good. So yeah, yo. Nope, didn't hear. God damn. Yeah, no, that loud fucking thunder. Okay. Yeah, probably gonna be ending in a minute here. Final comments, final memes. Some people can be DM heavy when contacting, but yeah, set your boundaries. If they explaining stuff, just tell them to go. Yeah. No, I didn't mean to be like short with you or anything on it. It's just like I said, people have been a little annoying lately. So, oh shit, a 7.0 earthquake just struck Mexico on the day they decriminalized abortions. Damn, you know someone's gonna be calling that an act of God. Fuck Bible man, yo. Fuck Bible man. Do you like punk music? I don't hate it. There's a little bit of punk music that, well, depends what you call punk. Because some people will call like Mariana's Trench punk, which I guess it kind of is. It's like some light punk. Although I prefer their more like shit like Masterpiece Theater. You know, they're more instrumental heavy shit with like. They're I don't know how to describe it. Like it's very involved and very like I don't have the words to describe it. But yeah. But no, I like some punk shit, like, you know, well, emo punk, you know, like My Chemical Romance and shit like that. And I you know, I can get down, or like some Blink 182 or whatever, you know, I can get down with that shit. I don't listen to it a lot, but I mostly listen to pop these days. Like I said, my current favorite artist is a lesbian pop artist by the name of King Princess. That's who I listen to mostly. At least right now. But I also like a female pop artist like Tuvlo and Cabela. Who's the other one? There's a lot of good ones. Sia, even Sia's not bad. I'll admit. I've been listening more to that kind of music and shit. It's good. It's good. Hell yeah. But I like all kinds of music. I even enjoy some Marilyn Manson still, even though I don't know. I don't feel too comfortable listening to Marilyn Manson a lot of the time. I don't know. Especially when he has lyrics that are borderline like abusive. Like it makes me think of like him as an abuser, and it's just kind of hard. But I do still have some really old like Manson songs that I still love and that have influenced me in a lot of the music that I've made. So his music references his actual abuse. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of just like, look, it's not going to affect everybody, but you know what? I'm an abuse victim, and that shit hits close to home for me. It's one of the reasons, like, I honestly, like, I've had the urge to rewatch Harry Potter, because I love that universe, but like, I just don't like it. I feel weird because of J.K. Rowling. I feel like it does. It feels like a betrayal towards the trans community. Whoa. I don't agree with you all the time, but you're a good counterbalance to DFF, so thanks. And give off way more chill and relaxing vibes. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, yo, and I'm glad you enjoy. And thank you so much for the $5. That shit helps, yo. Thank you. All right. No judgment to others, but his music isn't for me anymore. Yeah, most of his music isn't for me anymore. I still find value in some of it, and like I still love the song "Man That You Fear," and I kind of there's a couple songs of his that I kind of want to cover one day. But it's also kind of hard. Like I like his earlier stuff more because his earlier stuff is more the stuff that I can relate to. Him lashing out against his oppressive upbringing, and he explores a lot of very anti-religious, anti-family, nuclear family unit type ideas. He has like this, you know. I can get with some of that shit from his first few albums, but like, I like his first few albums and the song We Are Chaos. Yeah, We Are Chaos is a good song too. I like that song as well. And it's hard because I'm just like, fuck you, Manson. But I'm like, that's a good song. I'll admit, like, he makes good art. All right, he's a good artist, but that doesn't mean he's a good person. But yeah, if other people like it, you know, I don't care. Everyone's got to make their own decisions when it comes to what art they decide to consume. And like I said, it really does feel shitty, like trying to engage with the Harry Potter fandom or franchise in any way, because it's like the very reasons that it used to mean so much to me are now the very reasons I no longer feel the very attitudes I feel she no longer holds, and like she's undermined with her anti-trans thing. Like, you know, Hogwarts used to be a place, you know, it felt like an accepting place where, like, you know, we could, no matter who we are, no matter what we are, you know, we could be accepted and be ourselves and not have to feel ashamed, you know. We could all, you know, form our communities and be better people and you know, look past our differences. It very much like promoted that message for a lot of people, and a lot of people like found safety in the fandom, in the community. They found other people that they related with, and now that huge fucking like banner that a lot of marginalized people used to gather under and be like, hell yeah, Harry Potter, you know, the Wizarding World, you know, Hogwarts. Now it feels like it's a community that says it believes in all those things, but also doesn't accept trans people. And it's hard because I want to separate the art from the artist and say, but I still like Harry Potter. I like the world, but it's like she's kind of tainted it for me, at least for right now. It's hard. It's hard to not think about that. And especially when, like, growing up, like, I grew up in a house that was very anti-Harry Potter. My father hated J.K. Rowling. He said she was a witch and she shouldn't be allowed to write and she's horrible. And then now she flips and she starts coming after people like me. And she starts shitting on and being bigoted towards people like me. And now my father is pro J.K. Rowling, posting articles about her on his Facebook and shit, being like, hell yeah, I stand with J.K. Rowling. And my father's not the only one. There are a lot of hateful fucking people on the right that used to shit on her that have now completely flipped because she agrees with their bigotry. And it hurts. And it sucks. And overall, I don't expect anyone else to care about that. This is how I feel. So this is why I choose to engage the way I engage. And I might engage with Harry Potter at some point again. I've been wanting to, but I've been like, I can't bring myself to, because it just feels hollow and it just sucks. It sucks feeling like, just in general, like, I don't know, it almost makes it feel like, you know, because of her attitude, like Hogwarts, you know, not as like, not, we all know it's not a real place, but like as a concept, you know, as a concept, it becomes a less accepting place that used to be an escape for a lot of people that grew up in a lot of shitty situations. A lot of us related to Harry Potter, especially trans kids that grew up abused in one way or another. A lot of us related to Harry Potter. And now we're almost basically being told that it's not about us. We shouldn't be. We're not her target audience. She doesn't care about us. So that's just my thoughts on the matter. And my thoughts have evolved on this because I was very, and even when I was like doing streams talking about J.K. Rowling, I was like, yeah, I'm still going to watch Harry Potter. I'm still going to like it. But I still like it. I like the universe, but I can't engage with it. I need more time, yo. And some people they go, well, you're a snowflake. Well, no, I just have feelings. And media is very important to me. A lot of this is the shit that like is an escape for a lot of people. It's very formative for a lot of people. And Harry Potter was very influential for me as I was like coming into myself in a lot of ways. So to no longer feel welcome by that community is very jarring. Anyway, this has been, and yeah, by the way, that's the same, whatever. That's the same reason why I understand autistic people not being with Sia anymore, even though I still listen to Sia. I'm still a little annoyed with her, but I still listen to her because, oh my God, do you have any evidence that the Amazing Atheist called you sexist for being woke? And do you know why he would say that? Because I thought he was pretty progressive. The evidence, okay, I'm sorry, I don't mean to, like, assume that you're being in bad faith here, but, like, no, I literally did show the evidence earlier in stream, all right? I literally showed it when I was talking about it earlier. Yeah, he did. He outright said that me and Hannah Reloaded, actually, if you think about it, they both started becoming woke right after they became trans. Isn't that interesting? You know, it's kind of sexist, you know? Almost like you think that that's what being a woman is supposed to be, is you being the fun police, you being a woke scold and running around ruining everybody's fun. And, yeah, he said that. And, yeah, that's... I showed it earlier. I'm not going to play it again now, but he did say that, and you can go back in the stream. Maybe someone that watches this will be kind enough to clip it, to timestamp it rather, or clip it. If someone wants to clip what I was covering earlier, they can. But if someone wants to timestamp it also, I know some of y'all like to timestamp these, which really helps out people watching that. But yeah, no, he said that. Sorry, I almost misread your tone there and thought you were being like, do you have evidence that TJ said this? Like, or are you just a snowflake crybaby? You know, I'm sorry. I don't mean to, like, assume that intent from people. I can tell you just came in good faith. He's horrible for saying that. He kind of is. And I really think, like, and he said that while defending his use of the R slur, which I was telling him, like, I think it adds to a problematic element in society. Is like, yeah, why are you so woke now? You know, you're like... But yeah, no, I do think that's problematic, and that's why I called him out. It's not good. No, it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, no, and look, I don't think TJ is, like, overtly transphobic. He's not explicitly transphobic, but, like, saying shit like that is a little bit implicitly transphobic, okay? Like, and by the way, again, because it was funny, someone pointed out in the chat, and I was going to bring this up anyway, Hannah was to the left long before she came out, and so was I, for that matter. It's actually going to the left more that... and becoming more accepting of, like, you know, more leftist views on gender theory that made me understand myself and helped me to accept myself, and you know, watching more left-leaning communities like Vosh, you know, watching channels like that made me feel more safe to come out. Because the community that I had before, which was an offshoot of TJ's audience, I didn't feel safe coming out to those people. I didn't. It was not a good community. It was mean and whatever. I wasn't great for cultivating that community, but I've learned since, you know? And everything is just like an attempt to learn and grow and be better, okay? Like, holy fuck, this idea that I just became woke yesterday. Like, no, a lot of my positions have been changing, and I'm still open to changing my positions. In fact, a few months ago, I didn't even really, like, think that much about the R word. I've heard arguments for it, and I've heard arguments for why it shouldn't be used and why it's harmful, and I agree with those arguments. That's it, yo. Anyway, I've beaten that topic to death, all right? If people want to watch, you can go back to the beginning of the stream. I spent a decent chunk of the stream dedicated to that shit. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. And oh, are you still friends with TJ, or is he annoying you? Look, I'm annoyed with TJ, but I would still, like, I'm not on bad terms with him. I don't hate him. I don't hate the guy. I just really disagree with him on this, and I think what he said was kind of fucked. And I'd like him to see why it's fucked. I'd like to sit down and have a conversation with him. Like I said, I'd love to get him on my channel. Again, I'm not going on his channel again so that he can, you know, play up the performative, like, kayfabe shit and be mean or whatever in order to get donations. That's not what I want to have a conversation with him for. I want to sit down. He can come on my channel. We can sit down. We can talk about why I believe a lot of the shit that TJ has been saying, especially what he said about me and Hannah, is extremely fucking problematic. And I'm willing to talk to him about that. I'd rather see eye to eye than not. But, like, TJ has to be willing to do that, and I don't know if he is. The attitude he gave me in stream, like when I was in his chat, like, made me feel like he probably doesn't want to have a talk. So I got to do this. TJ wants to engage, he can engage. If he doesn't want to engage, well, at least I'm making the arguments, you know? Hopefully they'll convince someone. When I saw that Vosh had a convo with him, I thought that maybe he would be different. It kind of sucks that he's still very cringe and bigoted. Yeah, and look, by the way, I don't think that, like, TJ said that. I don't think TJ meant that 100% when he said it. Like, I don't think he actually thinks that in his heart of hearts. But it's still kind of weird that he said it, you know? And, like, he has some, like, weird takes that are, yeah, kind of bigoted and very reactionary. And, you know, this is why I call him out, because, you know, I thought maybe, like, oh, like, he's in contact with Vosh and Vosh is aware of him, so maybe he'll call him out when TJ does something stupid. But, like, you know, not everyone pays as close attention to TJ as I do, and the only reason I do is because I come out of his community, you know. So, I mean, who better to call him out than me, I guess. You know, because as much as, like, I do still view myself as a friends with TJ, and I like the dude, and I think he's a decent dude on most things. I believe in criticizing my friends when I think that they've done something I disagree with or that's harmful. So I'm going to call him out, and I'm going to say, yeah, don't fucking do that. And if he says something that's especially offensive to me, I'm going to really call him out and be like, yeah, that's fucked. You know, I'm not trying to give TJ a hard time, but, like, I do think he needs to be challenged. Everybody does. Every content creator needs to be challenged on some. I want my audience to challenge me. And TJ doesn't really cultivate an audience of people that are willing to challenge him, so I'm going to challenge him. That's one of the things I respect most about Vosh and his community, is that he's willing to be challenged by his audience. He's willing to admit when he's wrong, that when he is. Sorry I'm late. What I miss? You're really late. You're going to have to go back because, yeah, we're pretty much wrapping this up at this point. TJ caused a no-no with Jamie and Hannah Reloaded. Look, he said something, like, vaguely transphobic. He implied that, like, trans women who become woke are just, like, being misogynistic and, like, trying to, like, go by their best approximation of what a woman is, which, is like, oh, shrill and woke scoldy and the fun police, We've just become the fun police because that's what we think being a woman is. Like, as if by coming out and being women, we're not, like, just being ourselves now. No. We're putting on an act. A sexist act, which that's, by the way, kind of a fucking TERF talking point. It's a very common TERF talking point, actually, that trans women are just sexist men who do what they think women do, that they're trying to pretend to be a woman. Really short-sighted. Really fucking short-sighted. Is TJ trying to reject woke, return to anti-SJW? TJ has never accepted woke, which I still don't like that as a term, but and TJ's always been anti-SJW. He's never stopped. He just started also being anti-SJWs because he realized a lot of them were crypto-fascists. But he doesn't realize that he still contributes to a lot of their talking points. He uses a lot of their talking points, a lot of their arguments. TJ is a male TERF. I'm not saying he's a TERF, but he did pretty much use one of their arguments. Anyway. TERFs are insufferable, which is why I really hate it when people who call themselves woke use their arguments. Like, because that's all that is. Like, it's basically a shortened version of the trans women are sexist men argument. Really bad. I don't know. I hope someone other than me calls TJ out for this shit, because it's like, whatever. He doesn't care. He's just going to be like, oh, you're just hyperbolically whining, Here comes woke scold Jamie again. Not like anything she has to say is actually useful, She's just a crybaby SJW now. Like, it's so easy to dismiss people with that argument, with those arguments. Like, how about just engage with what I'm saying? TERF is a TERF, and TERFs are all crypto fascists. True. Very true. Anyway. At least he views you as a woman. No, that is... Look, when I first came out, TJ... Or shortly after I first came out, TJ was like... He was joking around. He was like, look, sorry if I'm, like, misogynistic against you or whatever, but he's like, look, you should be glad, because if I'm misogynistic towards you, that proves that I see you as a real woman, okay? And he's like, what would you rather have? Someone who views you as a woman but treats you as misogynistic, or someone who is transphobic and treats you as a man? And I was like, well, I guess I'd prefer the misogyny in that case, but, like, maybe the fact that you recognize you're being misogynistic is a good reason to work towards not being that so much. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, maybe I am the crazy hyperbolic woman, whatever. Holy fuck. All right, guys. I love y'all. This has been real fun. All right. I've enjoyed chilling with y'all. Make sure to come back. Like and subscribe. If you're new, subscribe, yo. Sub to this channel. It's dope. We do a lot of shit. We don't just talk about the amazing atheist here. We talk about a lot of different political shit. We respond to conservatives. I got music. I'm a rapper, yo. I make music. I got a lot of shit. Check me out. Check out what I got over here. And hell yeah. If also consider becoming a patron. Only $2 a month gets you access to all my fucking previous private shows. Gets you special roles in the Discord. And hell yeah, we're gonna be doing a private show at some point this month. So hell yeah, join on up, yo. Join on up. Really helps me out. Helps me helps support what I'm doing here. Y'all can also donate by Streamlabs and whatnot. I got an Amazon wish list. If people want to send me shit, like I said, I'm kind of living off this channel right now, so anything y'all can can send on does help, but I also realize not everyone can help out. Everyone's got their own issues. A lot of people are in a tight spot right now. So I just appreciate y'all hanging out, watching, chilling, liking, and all of that shit. Even if you don't, I still enjoy having you guys around. So thank you for watching. Thank you for chilling. I don't know if there's an Underhaven show tonight. I haven't heard from Annie, so probably fucking not. But we will see you guys next time. Remember, I'm going to be doing my Canadian politics stream here soon, so tune into that. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace out, and have a wonderful night, guys. Bye.